saying, was she Foxy Brown in Austin Powers?
Yeah, she was.
That's the ego I think of.
Foxy Cleopatra.
I just think of that Levi's commercial, but
yeah, but grilling, man. That's exactly what I did. Not because I didn't have to watch the Broncos games, and I told Zach, I think off air, I had a birthday party, my son's first birthday party, so we did that, or I did that.
Yeah, nice.
You know, I told my wife, don't get used to Dad taking the kids to birthday parties, but I did my one and done.
You took him to a birthday party.
Yes,
Okay.
I took him.
Yes. So I told Phil this. My wife tells me that there's a lot of times. And I'm literally relaying what she's telling me because I don't want this to come across as like, no, I'm being serious, like egotistical. But she'll be like, I bring Owen to these birthday parties, and like I'll see a lot of times like the dads like wanting to know who's bringing Owen, and when it's me, they're like, damn it, they want to talk.
I had
sports.
Broncos questions for Zach.
Yes.
What'd you do? What'd you do without Broncos?
Man, you want to know what? We went out for dinner as a family on Saturday night. We tried a new restaurant. We were thinking about doing something on Sunday because I wanted to golf. And she's like, can you please not golf this time? And I was like, okay, that's cool. You've never really asked like that.
Yeah.
You're paying your husband tax. She owes you one.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, Zach was stressed out. He was stressed out about not golfing.
And, but you know what we did on Sunday? Nothing.
How nice is that?
Dude. It felt like the weekend lasted twice as long as it normally does. And we like doing stuff on the weekends, but next week we're going to start basketball, and basketball's going to go like 3 months, and I'm the head coach.
Nice.
So it's like we know these weekends are about to get busier. We just got done with football, so we had two weeks in between where we didn't have anything. We're like, let's just chill. And, man, we watched football all day. We'd go back and forth between going out in the backyard, throwing the football, going inside, continue to watch. You were cleaning the house and doing laundry throughout the day. But just like, I cooked this a queso with shredded brisket on top of it. Just
nice.
stuff like that where like in typically on a typical weekend, I'm not really doing that. So we kicked it and we started a new show, and oh, my God. The highest recommend. Now, I'm not through with it. I think we're 3 episodes in, and I think it lasts 6 episodes.
I actually need a new show, so I'm
Dude. I am being dead serious. I cannot recommend, and I don't know how it's going to, finish up, but the highest level of recommendation that I can give to the show on HBO Max that has 96% favorable on Rotten Tomatoes.
Whoa.
That's what broke the tie for us starting it. Task.
Okay.
Have you guys seen any of Task?
No.
Mark Ruffalo?
No.
Dude, it's about. Well, I'm not even going to get going on what it's about, but I'll give you the big theme. FBI agent, mafia, but mafia through a motorcycle.
Billups. Oh, no.
Oh my gosh.
Gambling.
An FBI agent who's Mark Ruffalo, the mob, but the mob in the form of a motorcycle gang, a missing child, and a murder. And I'll leave it at that. But I'm telling you, it is one of the most engaging shows that, like, sometimes you have to, that's like a slow burn, and you're like, no, just wait till the 3rd episode, it's going to pop, and then you're in. No, 1 episode, you'll want to watch the second one immediately. Task on HBO.
Okay.
The rating, the ratings and all the reviews are just like literally 9 out of 10 and 10 out of 10. Full recommend. Task.
I like that.
HBO Max.
Josh,
yeah.
what did you do? We didn't get to hear what you
I was
got
saying
here.
nothing, dude. I told Cecil I've been having a hard time sleeping for a couple weeks, and so I slept until 11. I have no kids either, so I live selfishly and only for me.
Yeah.
I slept until 11 a.m. on Sunday, and I haven't done that since I was 24 years old.
Yeah.
It was incredible. I woke up. I'm like, I'm a different human being. I'm a different dude than I was when I got all that sleep. So clean the house, do the laundry, pick freaking pine needles out of my mulch. I do that weekly, I guess, and just chill. It was same thing. Doing nothing is awesome. Doing nothing is everything.
Yes. And the mental recharge you get by just chilling and just taking a second. And we watched what my kids watched. You know what they watched for the first time this weekend? Little Giants.
No way.
Giants.
My
Classic.
son is head over heels in love with that movie. Like already asking, hey, when can we watch it again? So we, again, just doing stuff like that, just a little bit out of the norm. And then it was also cool to just like watch football and just enjoy and we love the Red Zone channel, and my 7-year-old son just like lives for the Red Zone channel. So just to keep it on Red Zone and just hang out, bet on these games throughout the day, cook, and just kick it. May have had an early cocktail type of a Sunday, and it was awesome, man.
You know what? It was awesome to just be able to watch these football games without being on the edge of your seat.
Yep.
Trying to figure out what's going to go on with the Denver Broncos and the offense. It was just fun to just watch these other teams. And I actually thought about it at times. I was like, okay, let me watch these teams, Zach, and see, are they as good as the Denver Broncos? Are they better offensively? Like, what does it look like for some of these other quarterbacks, like a Baker Mayfield or your boy Josh Allen, And so I watched that and just enjoyed doing nothing, man. Like, you just got nothing. Doing nothing and enjoying my kids.
Yep. We saw a lot of offenses thrive yesterday. I mean, there was it's crazy watching the Broncos offensively on Thursday night, and then going to watch the Rams or some of these high scoring games that it's just this is awesome. And then you do see a team like Buffalo struggle mightily. They look like they couldn't chew gum and walk to what is on paper one of, if not the worst team in the National Football League in the Miami Dolphins. So even they and Josh Allen, reigning MVP, get humanized to a degree. It's just that there's a reason we love that league. I'm watching. I swear I enjoyed Panthers Saints. Panthers lose. How about this for a stat for you? Panthers lose as a favorite for the 11th consecutive time. That is the NFL record. 11 times in a row, the Panthers have been favored. They are 0-11. So the plus 5.5 with the Saints was free candy yesterday. But and then you want to know what else is sweet, Phil? And we're going to get into all of it here, and we don't have to wait long. We're going to do it in this first hour. On Friday night, I love college football. All right, so a lot of times on Friday and Saturday nights, I'm watching that. But on Friday night, watching the Nuggets. Saturday night, watching Nuggets and Avs.
Yeah.
Sunday night, flipping back and forth between Sunday Night Football and then the Avs, and then having the Avs finish in dedicated fashion, and then they give you so much to root and cheer for.
Yeah, and react to the next day. I couldn't wait to get in here after watching the Nuggets and the Avs. It's
Same.
Wow, man. Truly, we are blessed. We are spoiled as sports fans here in Denver because all of our teams, other than the Rockies now, hopefully things could get turned around for them, but all of our teams here in Denver are handling business, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah, it is, man. I mean, goodness gracious. What the Avs did on Saturday night to a team that was just in the Stanley Cup. I mean, they broadcasted a murder on live television. Once in a while, I'll use that phrase, they wore their skin.
Yes. Yeah.
That is the type of game that is exemplified. They wore their skin. They emasculated that group of professionals who have been the Western champion for 2 straight years. Stanley Cup in 2 straight years. All that firepower just absolutely was cooled down. And that was probably, along with Jokic over the weekend, my favorite thing in Denver sports that I saw this past weekend.
You know what? And we're getting ready to jump right into it, Zach. But, man, for the Avs and what they did, it's like when it rains, it pours for the Oilers. That's on them. The Avs are ready to play. It was a business trip, and they handled business.
No doubt about it. We will circle back to both of those teams here within this hour. But first, are we seeing a shift in priority within the Broncos offense as of late? We'll talk about it coming up next.
The Fan Flyaway is back. Presented by 303 Law 4040.
Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it.
To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel, tickets, and $500 in spending money all included. First, head to thefanflyaway.com to register.
Then tune in every hour to see if your name is called.
If you hear your name, you have 10 minutes to call us back and be entered into the grand prize drawing. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
What is going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And guys, I know there's at least 50 of you listening right now who are thinking about popping that question. And you know you need a diamond. So I'm going to save you time and money right now by telling you this. You need to go see my jeweler, Williams Jewelers, for that perfect diamond engagement ring, the ultimate holiday gift, or just because that special someone deserves it. This holiday, imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together where they're treating you just like family and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine in the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secrets of the business with you, they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family and fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue and in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you walk through one of those doors.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. The holidays will be here before you know it, and for many families, that means excitement, but also stress. Between gifts, travel, and higher prices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're already relying on credit cards to cover the basics. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to my friends at American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. That's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan, a simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have one predictable monthly payment. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high-interest debt, free up cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. There are no upfront fees to find out if you qualify. Call American Financing at 303-695-7000 or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Gobble, 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 gobble. Oh man, I do a terrible turkey impersonation. Hey everybody, Dan Jacobs from Jacobs Law and 303 Law 4040. Those of you that listen to the Dan Jacobs Show know that I just love the holidays. But I also know these holidays in particular can be really tough on a lot of people, whether it's the government shutdown, inflation, the economy, whatever it is, or some people just have a hard time during the holidays as it is every single year. It's just a hard time of year for them. As always, we want to be here for you. If we can help out with a little bit of that with free food and groceries, we would love to have you any first or third Thursday of the month. Come on out to Eastern Hills Church at Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road. We're even doing smoked ham and turkey this month in honor of Thanksgiving. So if you need it, anybody, no questions asked. You just pull up and pop the trunk. 4 to 6 p.m., Eastern Hills Community Church every first and third Thursday, Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Monday, November 10th. Not a Reaction Monday officially, but we'll be doing a lot of reacting throughout the day after a weekend that was a little bit more chill than a normal Denver Bronco weekend. What up, Phil?
What's going on? Woo!
There it is.
Monday, and it's still Victory Monday for the Nuggets and the Avs.
No doubt about it.
They handle business on back-to-backs. Back-to-back.
Oh, my gosh. They were just so fun. just so fun to watch these two teams over the weekend.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get to it. We will.
How are you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm really fired up to be here. I think we have an awesome plan for today's show. We are going to it's going to have some twists and turns in it. But I think that if this unfolds in real time the way that I have it on my rundown and in my head, we're going to have a lot of fun today. And it's just a beautiful day in Denver, Colorado, where teams do not want to come. These teams, the professional sports teams, they don't want to come because all that happens in Denver is winning right now.
All we do is win, 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 no matter what.
Broncos 5-0, Nuggets 6-0. And Avs 4-0-2, all in Denver. It's been a really fun just month here of Denver sports.
It really has, and it's the truth. When your sports teams are doing well and everybody's winning, it helps the community out. It helps everybody else around us. It's fun. It's looser. And so even in those buildings where we talk about, hey, you have to walk on eggshells when you're losing. That happens at the workplace as well.
Sure.
Because people are betting for their teams to win, but when they're winning, everybody's
true.
happy.
That's actually true.
You know that, Zach.
Oh, my God. Oh, I love it so much. So if you want to get involved with the show, before we get started, RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. Try to get to some of those reactions from over the weekend. But also, we're still trying to diagnose what is happening with this Denver Broncos offense. And I mentioned it during the crosstalk. It was interesting to see, some of these offenses over the weekend just have the success, like to watch Miami score 30, to watch the Colts once again score in the 30s. Ravens, the Ravens are coming here. Goodness gracious. 27 against, one of the better defenses in the NFL in Minnesota. Watching what the Patriots are doing offensively with
Patriots
a second. Oh, my gosh.
Man. And you know what? And you know Matt Collins.
Yeah. Oh,
Matt Collins, I got to know him personally. He was my teammate in Miami. Weird type of dude.
Different cat.
It doesn't wear shoes. If you go to his page, he's always having it's like the Mac attack something where he's always teaching you little things that are happening on in the world that you can do to help you out in your life.
Okay.
It's weird, but he's a good guy. And he was out there making plays. The reason why I'm bringing him up is he was making plays, over 100 yards receiving, and he's a good dude. Everything about him is about the team, about his family, and it's really good to be able to sit back and watch some of my former teammates still go out there and play ball and just thrive.
Yeah. Well, he was fun to watch. His teammate, Travion Henderson.
Uh-oh. The guy we could have got?
That running back. That could have been Denver's. Man, he looks like a bad boy. He is fun to watch.
Speed kills.
Oh my goodness.
Speed kills, baby.
I think it was him that was checking in with a sign line. Like, is it cool if I just
I'm
take
so
this
fast
to the crib?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at my coaching staff as I'm running down the field. Should I slide or should I go for a touchdown? Go for a touchdown, young man.
Hilarious.
Go score you one.
Watching Seattle score in the 40s, watching the Rams score in the 40s, watching the Lions score in the 40s. It was a really, really fun day of NFL football.
What you getting at, Zach? You talking about all the offenses scoring in the 40s?
Yeah, look, we're watching a Broncos offense that, just quite frankly struggled to get to 10 points.
Oof, you are not lying. That was an ugly game Thursday night.
Phil, the Colorado Avalanche scored more goals over a 2-game weekend than the Denver Broncos scored points. It's not supposed to work like that.
On the road, by the way.
Yeah.
In a back-to-back.
Good point.
Where the Denver Broncos are at home, where they thrive at home, and yet they were only able to get 10 points. The Colorado Avalanche on a back-to-back were able to score more than that. That's insane.
It is insane. It shouldn't make sense. It shouldn't compute. But I'll tell you this. I wanted to just talk about something. And when I, say I want to talk about it, like I actually mean I just want to discuss it. I'm not saying like I'm after one thing, but I thought it was interesting. And you want to know who put it on my radar? A RamosLaw.com texter.
Shout out fans.
And throw your name on it. I'd love to give you a shout out. Maybe they did and I just missed it. But it was last week. And they put this on my radar. Did you realize that in the last 5 football games for the Denver Broncos, 5, so pretty significant amount, more than a month worth of NFL football, The most targeted player on this football team in the passing game, which is the true crux of what's going on here and has been debilitating in Denver. The last 5 games for the Broncos, Troy Franklin's targets start with a 4, and Sutton's starts with a 2.
A 2.
In the last 5 football games for the Broncos, Courtland Sutton has been targeted 29 times, and Troy Franklin has been targeted 41 times.
Oh, no.
Over a 5-game sample. Here's what the production is. The yards receiving in those 5 games for the Denver Broncos, Sutton 225, Franklin 175.
See, come on.
So despite Sutton's target total being in the 20s and Franklin's being in the 40s, Sutton is still legitimately outproducing Franklin. And as we try to find these quarter turn changes, I'm wondering if this is one of these things that needs a quarter turn change.
It's like it's not about needs. It needs to happen right now. Like this right now is a concern. When you have Troy Franklin that's still battling to be a receiver 2, getting more targets and getting more opportunities than your receiver 1 in Courtland Sutton, the guy we call Mr. Consistent, the guy that you can rely on. Now, am I saying that Courtland's the greatest receiver to ever play the game? No. But for the Denver Broncos, he's the best that you have that's going to be consistent on any given Sunday. Now, for Troy Franklin, he has something that Courtland does not have, and that's speed. So I understand that he can get the separation. You can do the deep balls with Troy if they're connecting.
But they're not, and they haven't been.
But they're not. So what do? You recorrect everything. You go back to the basics. You go back to what got you in this situation in the first place, and that's Courtland Sutton. Who was Bo Nick's first touchdown pass to start his career off?
Courtland Sutton. When things go wrong,
you rely on Courtland Sutton. When we were coming on that comeback, getting ready to have that comeback against the Giants, you rely on Courtland Sutton. But yet Courtland's not involved in the game plan as much as he used to be. That's a concern. And now for Sean, you have this baby bye. You take a step back, you sit in that little seat of yours, you watch film, and then you start to say, okay, how can I get my receiver 1 involved? Because that's going to help Bo out. It's going to help the offense out. And that's what this is all about. It's sustaining drives, making bigger plays, and scoring touchdowns. They need to get Courtland Sutton going again, and that's no joke, man. Get Courtland Sutton going or we're going to have issues.
I think that, they do have issues right now.
There you go.
And they've gone away from Sutton, and the offensive problems have gotten worse. Check this out. Sutton is no longer number 1 on this team in targets. Okay? We talked about this last week a little bit. He's no longer number 1. Yet he's got 165 more receiving yards than Troy Franklin. Here's just more raw math for you. Troy Franklin, in the last 5 games, has been targeted an average of 8 times a game. 8 times a game. That's significant, all right? So, and he's been producing 8 targets a game, 35 yards a game. That's it. Sutton, in the last 5 games, has been targeted an average of 6 times per game, but is averaging 10 more yards per game than Troy, with 2 less opportunities per every 60 minutes. And again, I'm not saying that, hey, just target, Sutton 11 times this week and everything will be fixed. Again, I'm using quarter turn purposefully. They need to lift the hood up on this offense and see what's going on underneath it. And featuring Courtland Sutton less has not been working.
That's not it. But even this, right? Even if Courtland Sutton's the first read, Bo doesn't have to go to him. When I'm watching film, Courtland Sutton's not the first read in a lot of these routes that are going on. Troy Franklin's the first read, and sometimes even Pat Bryant, because there's times where Courtland's on the backside of the play where he's doing a dig route, which is like a 10-yard in, and Courtland's wide open, and yet Bo's not looking at him because he's not the first read. The first read needs to be your receiver 1,
Agreed.
And then the process goes from there. You go to your second read, third read, or whatever else. You dip it down or dash it down to your running back, or you run. But Courtland Sutton needs to be the first read more times than not, and then you build off of that.
Again, I'm not saying don't target Franklin, all right?
No.
That's not what I'm saying. But at this stage in the game, there's been actually such a disconnect between Bo and Troy Franklin that it's among the worst connections between a quarterback and receiver going downfield specifically in the NFL right now. And the Broncos have decided to do it more. And it doesn't make sense to me. So let's remember who's on the 4-year, $92 million contract.
Yes.
Let's
please
remember who is top 10 Broncos history receptions, yards, and touchdowns, and is still in the middle of his prime. They need to get back to basics.
Feed court.
They need to get back to basics. And a part of that is starting with featuring Sutton the way that he should be featured. Okay, if you want to react to that conversation, RamosLaw.com text line is where that conversation started. So we appreciate you guys, 303-713-1043. We can maybe react to a text or two relating to that conversation, but also the healthiest of trends in Denver sports continued over the weekend. Is it a sign that what once was is again? And I'll explain coming up next.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here on behalf of my friends at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to you men here on a Monday. Coming out of the weekend, oftentimes it is that weekend where you leave the stress of work right where it is at work and you hang out, let your hair down at home. Next thing you know, you and your partner, things get intimate. Bada bing, bada boom. Hey, that's good. That's normal. That's amazing. That's one of the great parts of life, intimacy. But when erectile dysfunction harms intimacy, it can have devastating effects on you, your relationship, even your partner. They can begin to blame themselves. Your view of your own self lessens. Guys, don't let that happen. ED is a medical condition, all right? And like most other medical conditions, it's treatable. I'm talking success rates with treatments at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic that have success rates well over 90%, all right? They've served the Front Range of Colorado for nearly a decade. They've treated tens of thousands of men, so schedule a consult with them today. Your initial visit is just $99. That includes a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. If the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is on the house. They have an expert staff and 5 locations in Colorado to serve you. Fellas, stop living with ED. It's a choice at this point. Call Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic at 720-440-7900 or visit them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. If you find yourself in a car accident, do not tell the insurance company you are fine. They will hold that against you even if you end up with medical bills 3 months later. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law.
Ever tried fixing an outlet yourself? First, you watch a DIY video, then you grab your tools. Next thing you know, sparks are flying and your hair looks like you just licked an electrical socket. Let's avoid that, shall we? Piper Electric has been providing expert electrical service since 1983. Repairs, upgrades, EV charger installations, even commercial and industrial. They do it all and do it right. They're giving you $50 off your next service. No fried hair required. Call 303-422-9219 today. Piper Electric. Leave the electricity to the experts.
Black Friday is going on now at every AutoNation store. Hurry in and save for a limited time. Buy with 0 down. Plus, make no payments till next year. Shop new and used cars, trucks, SUVs, even top luxury models. Drive with 0 down. Plus, no payments till next year. Save your cash for the holidays. Go to your nearest AutoNation store now. Limited term financing on approved credit. 90-day deferred payment. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details.
Brendan Stokely from my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 40 years. They conduct over 150 auctions every year, selling tens of thousands of items at the price you set. Auctions are held regularly for Colorado government agencies, and they always have big-ticket items at great prices. That's why I love Roller Auction. And almost all bidding is conducted online in real time, and it's open to the public. Anyone can participate. Check back regularly. New auctions are added weekly. Be the first to know about new auctions available for bidding when you sign up for email notifications. Go to rollerauction.com/thefan.
Looking to sell your used Rolex watch? We buy and sell pre-owned Rolex watches, all styles from old to new. Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry. Bring in your Rolex watch and we will buy it on the spot. Matthews, located in Highlands Ranch, serving Colorado since 1951.
Hey guys, boy Steve here today about my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if he can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house, all cash, and he can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
If you have a tax problem, please don't put your destiny with the IRS in the hands of a salesperson. This is Todd Whalen, founder of Advanced Tax Solutions. Many companies use commissioned salespeople that may not have your best interest at heart. At Advanced Tax Solutions, you will only meet licensed professionals who are also certified in tax resolution. You will never meet an unlicensed salesperson to determine your fate. You can trust Advanced Tax Solutions for good advice, and the meeting is free. AdvancedTaxSolutions.com.
Need a plumber? Euro Plumbing has the lowest prices in town. Rock bottom prices on whole house repipes, sewer line repairs, even water heaters. 720-500-3000.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan brought to you by Flanagan Law.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and
games at home.
Home sweet home.
Home wasn't so sweet a year ago. As we talked about it was Thursday or Friday. It was Thursday. It was Thursday, and the first half of Thursday's show was we were down at Mile High Station. And I said one of the major changes between the Nuggets a year ago and the Nuggets who won the championship is that the Nuggets who won the championship lost 7 total games at home. Last year, that number ballooned to 15. More than twice as many losses at home a year ago than they did the year they won the championship. In fact, and we discussed this, that they only lost 2 more road games as they did home games a year ago. We are starting to see the Denver Nuggets, as they are 6-0 at Ball Arena, correct course in that very critical department.
Why, though? Why? Like, if you had to just pinpoint one thing. You said last year home it wasn't good being at home.
No.
That's because mom and dad were arguing.
Mm-hmm.
That's because mom and dad were going through some stuff. Maybe some divorce papers were thrown around and the kids are listening.
Yeah.
This year, it seems like mom and dad now seem like they're on the same page, that they're happy. The kids are looking at it like, okay, mommy and daddy aren't fighting. They're smiling. You know, there's some times, and we don't argue a lot, Zach. We don't argue a lot at all. But there are times where you're going to argue. And it hurts me when your son or my son would come up to me and say, "Hey, Dad, are we gonna have a good day today?" Listen, what you talking about? You and Mom we're arguing. I don't want to hear that. That's a 5-year-old kid.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
that hurts you because it's like, damn, like we barely argue, but they hear everything.
Right. In our house, one of the kids will be like, "Hey, don't talk to Daddy like that." You know what I mean? And I'm like, "Yeah." Tell her, Owen.
Tell him.
Tell her, Owen.
Yeah, Phil tried to do that and got the eye, and he was like, let's switch up. Dad, stop being mean to Mom.
Yeah. But it's one of these things, and of course you're recalling true stories where I would be back on the radio here on like a Monday after being at Ball Arena on a Sunday, and especially earlier in the season, I started to say it a lot, like, these guys don't want to be at work.
Yeah.
Ball Arena used to be a place of joy, happiness, and there was there was a reason that for years I called the Nuggets, and again, for years I called them this, the anti-NBA team, for all the reasons that you guys know I'm not going to relitigate and itemize. But that feeling has come back. And I'm not saying that you're going to draw a straight line from the feeling there to, a championship.
No.
But being 6-0 at home, you can't be better than 6-0. But they're not just winning at home. They are pulverizing their opponents.
Bring my belt out.
In the 6 games that they have won, the Nuggets have won those games by a combined 114 points, winning by an average of 19 points per game.
Let's go. But it's not just because of the starting 5.
Nope.
It's the depth.
Correct.
It's Tim Hardaway Jr. It's maybe at times Julian Strawther coming off the bench. It's VJ or JV. Sorry, VJ. JV. It's just a different type of atmosphere when it comes to your bench play where it's like, the non-Jokic minutes, we're not necessarily concerned. Now, there's been a couple games where when Jokic is out, it doesn't look as good as it should. But this is a new unit when some of the guys that I just got done talking about. So when the bench is able to pick up the slack or the bench is able to go out there and continue to pour on points, that's when you start having blowouts at home or even in general, any arena that you go in, your bench has to do their part.
Well, right now, the bench that you are referencing is averaging, and I can't believe this is true, and it might not be sustainable, this specific number. But right now, the Denver Nuggets bench is averaging 39 points per game. You know what it was last year? 26. They are averaging 13 more points. And again, it's such a big number. I don't know if it'll stay that big all year because Hardaway has just had it going.
Man.
Okay, like he is so fun to watch right now. And the level of competition will only get stiffer. And now, I'm almost doing this as a disclaimer, not to put a wet blanket on it, but as a disclaimer just for context and just realism. They beat Phoenix at home. Phoenix is bad. They beat the New Orleans Pelicans at home. The Pelicans are bad. They beat Sacramento at home. Sacramento's bad. They beat Miami at home. They're okay. Didn't have Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
And Bam Adebayo left after the first quarter. That's a big deal. And they beat Golden State at home without Steph. And the Pacers are just a completely different team that was in the finals a year ago. We know this. We know this. But just as we would do for the Denver Broncos schedule, if you beat up on the Dallas Cowboys and people say, well, they're the league's worst team. Well, guess what? You did what you were supposed to do as a team that you believe is pretty good against one that's pretty bad.
That's their problem, not ours. Handle business, especially at home. When there's a guy out like Steph Curry, make him pay. Make them pay, and that's exactly what the Denver Nuggets are doing. Yes, it's early, and things are going to be different as time goes on. Hopefully, we can stay healthy. Jamal Murray was able to have a pretty good, solid game against the Warriors, and then he had a break the next game because you're trying to keep your players healthy. So the great thing about this team as of right now is you do have the depth so that someone like Aaron Gordon can have a rest day. Someone like Jamal Murray can get healthy because we know we need both of them to be at full go if we're going to make a run at this NBA Finals, this championship we're all hoping for again.
Yeah, well, let's keep our eye on both of those injuries because Jamal's dealing with a calf. What was he dealing with when the season was on the line? A calf. Gordon's dealing with a hamstring. What did Gordon, pull in Game 6 in the second round?
A hamstring.
Hamstring and a calf previously that probably, led to the compensation hamstring injury. And it's early, so let's keep our eye on these things. I mean, we haven't hit Game 10 yet, and we're starting to see some of it. Hopefully, it's just load management, like authentic load management, and they need to put something on the injury report, so that's what they're putting. That's the hope. But I mean, this is a really fun group right now, Phil. I mean, they pound the Warriors, they pound the Pacers, the Nuggets. And I don't know what's more impressive, this or what the Avs did over the weekend, scoring-wise. Because the Avs put up more goals than the Broncos did points on Thursday Night Football.
I think it's going to be the Avs.
Dude, how about the Denver Nuggets having 66 assists in 2 games?
That's impressive as heck, man.
66 assists. Leading the NBA in assists per game, okay? The Nuggets are the first team since 1985. It's a long time ago. It's 40 years ago. To begin a year with 30-plus assists in each of their first 6 home games. You know what this just tells me? And every possession's not going to be cookie-cutter perfect. This is in Pleasantville. It's the NBA.
They can get down and dirty in the NBA.
What it tells me is this group likes one another. When you like one another, you share the basketball. I talk about this with my, we're starting our 7-8-year-old basketball, and just stopping their scrimmages and talking to them. It's like, dude, when you pass the ball, when you're supposed to, right? Chances are the likelihood that he'll pass the ball back to you when he's supposed to goes up about 90%, right? When you have a group that likes one another and you believe that the basketball it will fly around with a lubricated nature the way that it did in the NBA final year or the championship year, like you're when everyone's a willing passer and the ball isn't sticky, that is an incredible sign, and that's what I'm seeing with this group right now. And it makes me so happy, and I'm being serious because I've told this to you before, Phil. I'm a fan of the game of basketball before any player or team. But for years, to be a fan of the game of basketball was to be a fan of the Nuggets because they played the right way, and they got away from that a little bit. That organic nature, just a little bit. They're still good, but it wasn't quite like it was in the title year and like what I'm seeing right now, and I'm just so encouraged. It makes me happy as a basketball fan.
You know what else makes me happy? Jokic getting his rest. 28 minutes against the Warriors, 32 against the Pacers, and honestly, he didn't have to play 32 minutes against the Pacers if they really wanted to rest him. So Jokic is getting in that built-in rest, and yet the assists are still high. Everybody's still getting involved, scoring points. It's fun to watch, Zach. I can't wait to see what this looks like 10, 15 games from now, a month from now, 2 months from now, as the chemistry continues to build up.
I love it so much. 32, 14, and 14. Man, please. Like a lot of other essential things in life, we cannot take this for granted. I know it's been said a million times, but like that is insane. That's Kevin Garnett's best game he's ever played. That was just Jokic over the weekend. Jokic missed 7 shots over the weekend. 7 total shots in 2 games where he scored 26 and 32. 7 missed shots.
Man.
Crazy.
Woo!
Okay, we had hoped for something in Denver sports, wished for it, dreamed it, and now we're seeing it take shape. That's next.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is on a mission to feed families this holiday season, and we need your help. As part of our Fill the Truck campaign, we'll be collecting canned goods and non-perishable food items to benefit the Food Bank of the Rockies November 19th, 20th, and 21st. So stop by the Walmart Supercenter in Highlands Ranch near C470 in Quebec from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and help us fill the truck for those in need. Head to denversports.com/truck for more info. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Top users make between $200 to $300 per month.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code REFUND25 for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code REFUND25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code REFUND25.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
Brandon Stokely here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Are you ready for winter? Worries you might need a new furnace? Don't know where to begin? Rocks Heating and Air makes it incredibly easy with their new, free, no obligation online heating and cooling quote. It takes less than 5 minutes and gives you options instantly. No calls, no waiting, and transparent pricing. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
If you don't think doing a quick and free check of your finances is worth it, let me share this recent customer story. Jason and Barbara H. from Denver called us wanting to see if they could save money. Credit was okay and there was a good amount of debts. Their fear was another lender they went to first, shame on them, told them yes in the beginning and then denied them during the process. When they called us, we not only approved the loan, we saved them $3,900 a month.
What? $3,900 a month?
Yes, this couple just saved $3,900 a month by calling U.S. Mortgages. And best of all, with our lowest rate for life guarantee, if the market improves in the future, even as little as 0.5%, they can redo the loan and increase their savings further without any lender or appraisal fees. You could be our next success story. Call 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Spine One. Let me ask you a question. You live with back pain, neck pain. Well, my guys at Spine One, they're an emergency room for back pain with same-day appointments. They'll see you and they'll get the journey started. And that's exactly what I did. Whether it's chronic pain, acute pain, work-related, sports-related, doesn't matter. All you got to do is pick up the phone and start your journey just like I did toward pain-free. 303-367-2225. That's 303-367-BACK. Or as always, you can find them online at spineone.com.
Tune into Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
We had hoped for something in Denver sports, wished for it, dreamed it, and now I believe, genuinely, that we're watching it take shape.
Not believe.
Believe. I don't know if I like the believe thing.
No?
I mean, it's cheeky, like it's fun.
Yeah.
But like,
it's right there for it.
The fact that like we have like a sect of people who's like, I'm a believer, kind of feels culty. And we already have one cult in the state.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
We don't have room for another one.
Well, we know one person here is not a believer. He believes, he doesn't believe.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. I just, like the label of it. The label of it you can't take off. It's like, let's just watch the games and see how it goes.
Oh, we're not talking about Bo on this one, guys.
No, we are not. We are not. And I will admit, it's a little bit premature, okay? But I genuinely believe that we're watching something take shape that we would have hoped to see, and seeing it this way. When we watched what our Colorado Avalanche did over the weekend, the two games couldn't have been any different or any more different. The Avs winning 9-1 against a team that was just in the Stanley Cup, the last two of them, I might add. And then the very next night on a back-to-back, both on the road, winning in overtime against a Vancouver team.
You talking about the Avs winning in overtime?
Yeah.
Find a way to get that done.
They've been on the brunt end of a handful of those. Now, still collecting a point, right? So you're not walking away empty-handed in those instances. But, yeah, they had really struggled in those sequences, but they remedied it over the weekend.
I mean, Zach, like, this is what you want out of your team. You talk about the Nuggets and what they're doing, but the Colorado Avalanche, they're starting fast. They're starting fast. Hopefully they finish strong. We know they have to stay healthy. They're actually going to get a couple guys back here soon with LOC and Sammy G.
It's true.
We're going to have that conversation about at least one of them. What does it look like, especially if some of these other guys are doing well in their role and everything is going great for them. But the Avs are handling business and doing it the right way. And it's not just the star players, Zach. It's the depth.
It's true.
Everybody is on the same page. We talk about the Nuggets and the assists, and you said 66. Was it 66 assists?
In 2 games.
Well, the Colorado Avalanche, they're passing that puck around. Everybody is touching the puck. Everybody's getting the opportunity to get a shot on goal. And they're making it count, especially 5-on-5. So it's fun to watch, and they need to continue to do this, and they will.
I'm sure I had seen it in the 2022 season, and my memories just, is what it is. But I can't remember a stretch where the Avs played better regular season 5-on-5 than they have to start the season. And I can't really imagine what they would look like if they had the power play going.
Don't even get me started with that.
It was much better last night, much better, and such a welcomed sight for sore eyes, really. But, think about this. I can't believe this is real. The Avalanche won a game on Saturday night against the Oilers 9-1, which BT Dubs is tied for the worst home loss in the history of the Oilers. And it's the biggest road win in the history of the Avs. They won a game 9-1, which should be just impossible. But they did it going 0-for-7 on the power play. Could you imagine if they had the power play going? They won 9-1 without it.
Just to get at least 2 goals from the power play. Like it's insane to think of how dominant this Avalanche team is, specifically when it comes to offense. But then you have to realize the penalty kill. Yeah, we're not doing well when it comes to the power play, but the penalty kill, the Avalanche are dominating that, and that's helping us kind of take away from what's going on with the power play. But if something goes wrong with the penalty kill and we start to give up goals, then it's going to be an issue. So something has to be done when it comes to the Avalanche penalty, the power play.
Well, they're much better last night. I think they were 2-for-3.
Yeah, they were. They were a lot better.
Last night on the power play.
But just got to be consistent.
You know what they were? Leading up to that, over their previous 8 road games. Okay, previous 8 road games, healthy sample. 0-for-22 on the power play until last night. Sort of breaking out, going 2-for-3. I mean, that is crazy. But you remember the St. Lunatics with Nelly?
Yeah,
those guys.
Yes.
Give me
the little Band-Aid too.
Yeah, oh yeah, he did.
You used to wear one?
No, never took the leap to the Band-Aid.
Did just the Timbs.
Yep. Throw some foil in my teeth. Sure.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Gum wrapper.
But yeah, that's right. The gum wrapper. Cale Makar, you get a pair. This was on Saturday night. Nathan McKinnon, you get a pair of goals. Parker Kelly, you get a pair of goals. Jack Drury, you get a pair of goals. It's the first time in the history of the Colorado Avalanche that 4 different players had multi-goal games. I mean, what was the stat, Drew? It was 14 different players registered a point on Saturday night.
Come on.
Good golly, Miss Molly. This is insane. So you love to see it. McKinnon's going nuclear. Saturday, 2 goals, 2 assists. Sunday, 2 goals, 3 assists.
Give the man the Hart Trophy already.
Dude, Nathan McKinnon right now is to the NHL what Jokic is to the NBA. McKinnon leading the league in goals, leading the league in points, and the current leader in our hearts. So
that was cute, right there.
I mean, it's so fun.
Also, like the puck just gravitates towards him. How are you coming out of the penalty box and find a way to get the puck and then score? And then look at the camera like, hey, I'm that man. And want to talk about Nate Dogg.
Unbelievable. So fun right now. So fun. Hopefully you guys have had a chance to watch these games like we have. Really, 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 really fun. Okay. You want to go to Phoenix this February for the biggest party in golf. It's the Fan Flyaway presented by 303 Law 4040. Derek Van Gelger. You have 20 minutes to call us back at 303, or excuse me, you have 10 minutes to call us back at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the grand prize, which is 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale, round trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Phoenix, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. Derek Van Gelger. Call us back at 303-713-1043. If you haven't already entered, you can still sign up at thefanflyaway.com. Make sure to listen weekdays every hour between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to hear if your name is called. Okay, the Broncos have Kansas City coming into town this week, and if Denver plans on knocking off the Kings of the AFC, one thing needs to get fixed, and in a hurry. That's next.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 1043 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
Sloane Street is a luxury designer jewelry brand founded by mother and daughter duo Francis and Charlotte Gadbois.
Influenced by their European heritage and English roots, the Sloane Street collection embodies the timeless elegance of the modern woman. I'm Michelle Williams.
And I'm Bruce Williams, inviting you to come meet Francis and Charlotte at their exclusive Sloane Street Holiday Trunk Show Friday and Saturday, November 14th and 15th at Williams Jewelers in Cherry Creek North.
From dazzling rare colored gemstone rings to vintage rose-cut diamond bands to stackable bands for every mood, Sloane Street's collection of rings, necklaces, bracelets, and earrings are both timeless and right now.
Williams Jewelers is proud to partner with these two remarkable women to give back to children impacted by pediatric cancer, supporting cancer research with the Morgan Adams Foundation.
The Sloane Street Trunk Show, Friday and Saturday, December 14th and 15th, exclusively at Williams Jewelers.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Where Colorado shines. Black Friday is going on now at every AutoNation store. Hurry in and save for a limited time. Buy with 0 down. Plus, make no payments till next year. Shop new and used cars, trucks, SUVs, even top luxury models. Drive with 0 down. Plus, no payments till next year. Save your cash for the holidays. Go to your nearest AutoNation store now. Limited term financing on approved credit. 90-day deferred payment. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
You know, it's funny. All the answers.
Auction. Do you have items you're looking to sell? Since 1976, Roller Auction has been conducting commercial and industrial auctions for Colorado government agencies, Fortune 500 companies, small business owners, secured creditors, individuals, and more. They have a large marketplace to showcase your assets, so don't wait. Visit rollerauction.com for a free consultation and turn those items into some cold, hard cash. Again, go visit them at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. If you find yourself in a car accident, do not tell the insurance company you are fine. They will hold that against you even if you end up with medical bills 3 months later. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law.
Dental phobia? Consider sedation dentistry with Clarkson Dental. Their highly trained team will lead you through an exceptional dental experience from that first fearful call all the way through to aftercare. Call the most experienced sedation dentist and staff. Clarkson Dental, coloradosedation.com.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter-Har Motors. Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
One hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. Hanging out with you. That first hour was an absolute blur. So fun. So fun. Appreciate you guys rocking with us here on a Monday.
Winning's fun, Zach. Everybody's winning. Broncos, you get a win. It was tough to watch, but you get a win. Nuggets, you get a win. 2 wins. Avs, you get 2 wins. Give me that Avs.
Give me that ass. Yeah, man. I mean, look. Winning. Remember Charlie Sheen?
Winning.
Winning. Dude, like, I was thinking about this. Like, we in American culture and pop culture, man, things can come and they can go. But do you remember when Charlie Sheen, like, saying winning was, like, one of, like, the hottest things? Like, he got kicked off 2.5 Men. He was making $1 million an episode. I just watched the Netflix doc on Charlie Sheen.
Okay.
High recommend. I mean, it's just going back to what that time period was like. And I think of, like, COVID, when, like, you had to watch Tiger King. Like, Tiger King. Like,
that was a sick one.
I don't know if Tiger King comes out now. I don't know if it's even half as popular as it became. But because of that, like, intersection of time, it was like, wait, you haven't seen Tiger King? You have to see this guy.
It's a must watch.
Do you remember the guy's name?
Oh, what was it? It was with long hair.
Joe Exotic. And who was the woman? He was like, she's going to take me for all I'm worth. Oh, my God. What was her name? Oh, my God. It'll come to me in a second. The text line's going to have my back here.
Like, there was like a song that was like, there was a song about the woman.
Yes, there was. There was. I'm never going to recover from this. It's financial ruin. I mean, he was killing the cat. I mean, just the whole thing was crazy. And then here's the other thing that came and went. What were the things called during that period of time where it was like, hey, you can own Nikola Jokic's first basket? It's like you have the rights to Jokic's. Carol Baskin. That witch, Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
Oh, my God. One of the greatest rivalries of all time. Carol Baskin against Joe Exotic. But, what was
about,
it?
like, the NBA Top Shot?
Yes. And it was like, you know what it was? The more broader thing was like NFTs.
Yeah, NFTs, yeah.
NFTs, like non-fungible token. It's like you can like own like this ape's face, even though I can just hit my thumb against it and copy it and paste it to my photos. But like it's just things come and go. And with the Charlie Sheen winning thing definitely had a moment. But there's been a lot of winning happening in Denver sports. There's no doubt. It's really fun right now. Really fun.
It is, and it makes everybody happy. Like I said before, everybody has positive energy when you're winning. When you're able to win, you come in here, you react. You're able to criticize, but you know in the back of your head, you still won that game.
Totally. And that's the position that the Broncos have put themselves in. I mean, it's impossible to do this job the right way and not be critical of the Broncos offense. It's just impossible. Like, I don't even know what that would sound like over a 4-hour period. Like, everything's fine, nothing to see here, they're good. Just keep on repeating their record.
Oh, it would be boring.
Like, it would be. It would be boring as some of these offensive possessions that the Broncos have had. And so right now they're very much a Jekyll and Hyde football team. The backbone of this team is the defense. It's not close. It's not debatable. And they need to get it figured out. If they want to do what Sean Payton talked about so boastfully doing in the preseason, or even come close to it, let's just start with winning a playoff game. Like, they have to fix this offense. Bo Nix and this passing offense, it's got to get better, Phil.
Well, you know what, Zach? You said something earlier, our first segment. Things have to get better for the offense. Let's start with getting our number one receiver involved.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Let's get Courtland Sutton involved a lot more than what we're doing. Give him 8 targets, 9 targets. That's Bo Nix's safety blanket. Has always been. He's also a guy that you can rely on. That's why we used to call him, or we still call him, Mr. Consistent. Now, he has dropped a couple balls.
He has.
You know, and that's I'm not going to say I'm concerned about it because it happens, but if you target Courtland Sutton a little bit more, maybe then now his confidence kind of gets back to where it's been, and we can keep this thing going, or at least try to sustain drives and get more points on that on the scoreboard than what's being put out there. 10 points is not good enough.
No, and if you missed that segment, just to reset it, I don't want to spend too much time on it, but just to reset it so you understand the context of what Phil just said. If you look at the last 5 games for the Broncos, Courtland Sutton's target number starts with a 2, and Troy Franklin's starts with a 4. In the last 5 games, Troy has 41 targets to Sutton's 29. Despite that, Sutton has produced in that same period with getting featured less, 225 yards over the last 5 games. Troy Franklin with, again, 12 more targets over a 5-game sample size. He's looking up at Sutton's 225 with 175 of his own. In the last 5 games, Franklin has been targeted an average of 8 times a game. Like, that's getting up there like a number one receiver, intention. But he's producing just 35 yards a game. It's one of the most disconnected connections between a quarterback and receiver in the NFL right now is Bo Nix and Troy Franklin.
Getting that number one receiver treatment when you're not even receiver 2 yet.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And Sutton, over the last 5 games, has been targeted an average of 6 times per game. And despite 2 less per game than Troy, is averaging 10 more yards per game. So, yeah, I think that's a really good place to start is like, hey, let's not, like my mom used to say this, keep the main thing the main thing. Courtland Sutton is top 10 in team history in catches, yards, and touchdowns. He's smack dab in the middle of his prime. He's coming off maybe his best season, and he's getting featured less? It doesn't quite add up.
No. And then it goes into like, well, we're getting ready to talk about Bo Nix. Well, Bo Nix is struggling. We all know that. But also, when Bo Nix is not targeting his number one receiver, you're going to struggle. Every quarterback knows that when you start to struggle, go back to the basics like you just got done saying, and get your number one receiver or your number one tight end, whoever that is, more involved to kind of set that tone and settle everything down.
Well, Bo Nix, here's some of the numbers here, raw numbers. All right, his ranks right now, he's 20th in yards per game. Can't look at just total yards because teams have had buys and others haven't. Bo Nix hasn't yet. 20th in yards per game. Completion percentage. This is the one that disturbs me the most. Bo Nix is ranked 35th in completion percentage right now. Newsflash, there's not 35 teams in the NFL. Okay, so that means backups have come in and had a higher completion percentage. His completion percentage, and we heard Colin Cowherd say this last week on Friday, his completion percentage is that actually currently that of a backup. He's at just under 61%. That's not acceptable in today's NFL. Maybe 30 years ago it was. He's 27th in quarterback rating, is Bo, and he's 18th in QBR. So he is he's got a long way to go. And this is not about numbers, okay? I'm just trying to frame the context the right way. It's not like he's got to get to top 15 in completion percentage. I'm not saying that. It illustrates just how far away he is from not only average, but to where he was a year ago. And that's disturbing me.
Yeah, it's one of these things that even Bo, and he has to be careful with, is because I think we all do it as players. I've done it. The first 2 years of my career, you go for back-to-back 1,000-yard years. The third year, you don't. And so you start to look back at what you were doing before, and you're like, man, I got to go back to what I was doing before. But every year is different. And so for Bo Nix, this isn't 2024. This is the 2025 Denver Broncos. It's a little bit different because, one, you have different players, but two, now all 31 other teams, they have film on you. They know what you like to do. They know your tendencies a little bit more than they did last year. You're not a mystery. So now when you go to work and you're going up against these teams, they know what you're thinking. Now you have to start thinking like them. Sometimes they think I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do the exact opposite. I'm going to set them up.
Yeah, that's where the chess comes into play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where like the Peyton Mannings, the Tom Brady's, the Patrick Mahomes, they understand that, and they're smart. The game just comes to them easily because of the preparation they do throughout the week, but trusting their head coach and the offensive coordinator and trusting the players that are around them. And when you're able to do that, now you're playing fast. Now you're able to kind of tweak things on the go, and that's something that Bo Nix needs to learn how to do. And he's young in football terms or as a second-year player, but it's one thing he's going to have to get better at if we're going to make this run in the playoffs.
Well, so we're continuously trying to diagnose, what's going on here. We know the accuracy needs to get improved. We know the footwork needs to improve.
Yeah.
Like that you don't need to know a lot about, you don't need to have like some like master's degree in quarterbacking or even football to know, like watch Bo Nix and be like, man, that looks chaotic. His feet look chaotic.
It's like he's breakdancing.
It does often look like he's just not comfortable. He's just not comfortable. But when you look at so I gave you some of the raw numbers. When you look at some of the advanced numbers, it paints a similar picture that matches up with not just the raw numbers, but the eye test as well. And I brought success rate up earlier in the season. I forget why, but I really like success rate because every single play in football is different. I gave the analogy maybe 6 weeks ago that like if you run for 2 yards on first down, it's like not good. You run for 2 yards on 4th and 1, holy smokes, people are celebrating and toasting at home because you extended a series, or maybe it's 4th and goal and you're getting into the end zone. So success rate basically just looks at it all depends on context. And sports and in life, it's all about context. But success rate defines it as a play that gains at least 40% of the yards required on first down, 60% of the yards required on second down, and 100% on either third or fourth down. Bo Nix's success rate in the last 5 weeks, don't worry about the number, okay? It's 39. This is the lowest 5-week success rate of his career since the opening 5 games of last season, where he really struggled mightily in front of us for that first month. The most recent 2 games, all right, saw the lowest 2-game success rate of Bo Nix's career, okay? Again, you don't need to know the numbers because I'll frame it with context, but the last 2 games, Bo Nix's success rate, 30%. The league average is over 47%. So
it's the 3 and outs.
It's all that, and it's getting worse. It's getting worse here during the season.
The thing I look at, and I'm like, man, I'm trying to figure out what's really going on with Bo. Like, this can't be the Bo Nix that we know. Like, there's something, like, it must be an imposter or something.
But we don't know him that well. That's the thing.
That is the thing, is that he is young. We truly don't know enough about Bo Nix because he's only in his second year, and this is not his full second year. He's still learning about himself. But one thing that I notice when I'm watching film and watching these games, Zach, is I believe the Denver Broncos are in shotgun way too much.
Yeah.
And shotgun, and I'm trying to explain it in like so everybody understands. And shotgun went with a quarterback, and from what I've heard from like Nick Foles and some of these other quarterbacks, it speeds up the timing, and it's a different type of rhythm that you have to have in the shotgun with your footwork, with the step drops. Because when you're under center, usually you'll do a 5-step drop unless it's going to be a quick game.
Yep.
So you kind of know that. In shotgun, you have to kind of think like, okay, you want to do a 3-step drop because you're already further back. But you actually might take another step back, which may hurt you and mess the timing up. And that's what it looks like with Bo is he's not setting his feet, and he doesn't have the footwork down right now, which is like, what are you doing, Bo? But two, the connection's not there with someone like Troy Franklin because the timing is just off and because it's the footwork is off. So maybe if you go under center, get the run game going, do a little bit more 3-step drops where it's quick game, that can kind of help Bo Nix kind of set him back up for success and kind of settle him down.
Yeah, Dan Orlovsky was touching on this over the weekend, talking about the Broncos offense.
The Broncos offense lead the NFL in penalties. They have 83 penalties offensively. It's been the case the whole season. hampered any form of efficiency. In an offense that's not very explosive, it's a problem. Number two, the quarterback's feet are an absolute mess. They have been all season long. The feet look anxious. They look frantic. That has been the story since week one. And the why is maybe attached to they're in the gun when they're throwing the ball 86% of the time. They're in the shotgun way too much. And the reality is its accuracy is really built from the ground up. It's hard to develop accuracy and timing and rhythm when you're in the gun because it's really difficult to marriage the timing of the route or the concept because it's just catch and throw. So they got to fix the penalties. They got to get the quarterback's feet way more settled, and they got to get under center way more.
All right, so he covered a lot of ground there. The penalties we've been talking about for well over a month.
Yeah.
They're the most undisciplined team in professional football. They're averaging 10 flags thrown on them per game. I can't believe a team is 8-2 in the NFL when getting 10 flags on average thrown on them. But yeah, I mean, I knew the Broncos were in shotgun a lot. You just watch the games.
Yeah, you just watch it.
But 86% of the time, I didn't quite realize it was almost 90%. I'm sure some of this has to do with, okay, what did Bo Nix do in college?
Yep.
Right? We're going to make him comfortable. But the NFL has started, and it started last year for Bo, and they have got to, and I don't know if there's a way to do it during the season that can make him comfortable, but
just get under center for a little while. One, for a running back, I know that it's easier to run the ball when you're under center because, one, you're going downhill. It's a different way you run when you're from the shotgun. So for someone like JK, he's having a lot more success under center because he's getting downhill, one cut, get vertical, break a couple tackles. When you're in shotgun, you're going kind of sideways, and you have to be patient in certain ways when it comes to shotgun plays. So it helps the run game out. It helps the offensive line just get downhill. And for the quarterback, it just kind of takes away the timing of like, okay, we're in shotgun. The timing needs to be sped up a little bit more. You know, like when you're under center, you have to take your 5-step drop to give those receivers the right amount of time. So it just changes things completely, and maybe it's going to help Bo Nix settle him down and calm him down in the pocket.
Man,
I'm not a quarterback coach.
No, but I like it. And, you know, it was around this time last week I was using the analogy that they're building the airplane while it's in the air.
Yeah.
This is just more building. I mean, if we're talking about fundamentally changing the offense's approach and you're doing it in November, I just don't know how this is going to go, if they even attempt to change it. But
well, something has to change.
Something has to change. That's for damn sure. And I would just start with, again, just my own opinion. One, Bo Nix looks like he's freaking out. I mean, he's like frenetic. He is, I continue to say, gripping the steering wheel way too tight.
And my man's about to rip the steering wheel off.
Yeah, he is. He is. And he wants it so bad. And you're in the NFL and you had some success, and now you're like not able to recreate the success, but at the same time, your coach is telling the world you're on pace to be a top 4, top 5 quarterback. And I don't envy the position. I mean, I envy the paycheck and some of that stuff, but like he is in a pressure cooker right now.
So tell me this. Will there be a case this year, a situation, where Bo Nix continues to look like this, and Sean says, you know what, I don't want to bench you, but I'm going to help you out?
0% chance. Like a literal 0. I mean, Bo would have to be, in my opinion, like acting up and like being like defiant or disrespectful in addition to the lackluster play. Because do you realize, dude, I often use this phrase, swallowing the jagged pill of humility. Like getting that jagged pill down. I'm stealing it from, not the quote, but the jagged little pill from Alanis Morissette, an album, I don't know, 30 years ago. But like,
go check it out.
Swallowing the jagged pill of humility, like that's like hard to get down. That's hard to get down. And because you have pride.
No, you're talking for Sean?
I'm talking about just
or for anybody.
Yeah, just in life.
Yeah.
Like
pride's a hell of a thing.
To get humbled and swallow that jagged pill of humility, it hurts going down. But we all have to do it at a certain point in time. But Sean's pride and Sean's ego and Sean's hubris is such that I do not know. That pill has got to be the size of a grapefruit when it comes to Bo Nix, because he has put so much, one, sweat equity into him, draft capital into him, and then just proclamation, declaring to the world what he's going to be. If he pulled him, it would be like pulling himself. It'd be like pulling. I think you could see Sean Payton give up play calling before he pulled Bo Nix.
It's not a hot take Tuesday.
No, but I'm saying, like, what's more likely to happen first? I think it's more likely that Sean's like, you want to know what?
Okay, but
it's not him, it's me.
Okay, but then it comes down to this, because I'm with you. I don't believe Sean's gonna ever do that. But is this about Bo or is this about the team? Because if we were losing games, he may have no choice but to let Bo sit for a second because you're losing games. But because you're able to win because of the defense, you can continue to have Bo go out there and struggle. But at what point do you look at this and say, okay, what is going to help you out? Because obviously what we're doing is not working.
So do you think that needs to happen? Like, are you?
No, I'm not. I think that if it continues to happen, I can see a scenario where it's like, man, we need to settle you down. Because what's the point of him to continue to do what he's doing? It's hurting the team.
So
how many games we got left?
Here's a question. And I'm just going to ask it. I'm not trying to piss anyone off, okay? I'm just going to ask a question. I'm doing sports talk radio. I don't have – a lot of times I'll make a video or something on social media and be like, you're going to jinx it. Guys, I don't have that kind of power, okay? Just talking. What game would the Broncos have lost with Jarrett Stidham that they won with Bo? The first one that comes to my mind is the Giants game.
Yeah, it would have to because of the comeback.
But what he did in the fourth quarter, but someone could rebuff that take and say, well, you would have maybe produced some level of offense in the first three quarters if someone was just a little bit more consistent and a little,
Yeah.
It hasn't been good. I mean, again, I'm not trying to start trouble. I'm just saying, like,
but I'm asking,
and I'm not advocating either for Stidham to play.
No,
because Bo Nix is your guy. You're moving forward with him regardless.
But what I'm saying is, at what point is Sean going to say enough's enough? Because if Sean's putting together these game plans,
right,
and you are having open receivers,
right,
and yet Bo is not connecting with them, then what do you do? Because your defense is going to start looking at you like, what are you doing?
Especially if you start losing.
Exactly, because it's like, now not only are you wanting us to get all these sacks and these turnovers, now you're telling us we may have to score touchdowns for us to win these games.
Right.
Now, I'm a Bo believer, and I think that Bo's going to get his act together. But if it doesn't happen, because right now it seems like it's not happening, like we have a sample size of how many games? 10?
10, but in addition to what you're saying is, I'll just supplement it by saying it's not only is it not getting better, it's getting worse.
And nothing stays the same.
That's what's so alarming. It's not getting better. It's getting worse in real time. Like, we just got done with watching the worst two-game sequence since his first two games in the NFL. That was last week and the week prior. So, let me say it like this. If you're paying attention and being real and not in a cult and not have some crazy agenda, but if you're paying attention and you're being authentic, is to be concerned. It's concerning. Dante, you got something there behind the glass, dude?
Yeah, I was just wondering if you put any, substance into Colin Cowherd on Friday's show, last Friday here. He was suggesting the idea that Sean Payton could draft the next quarterback or replace Bo Nix. Sean Payton and Colin Cowherd, pretty good buddies at Fox.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any way he's hearing that from within the Broncos building, within Sean Payton's circle at all?
I don't think so. I think that's Colin speculating. Because here's the thing. If you see, the game was Thursday night, okay? Colin said that on Friday morning. So I think he's speculating. But if Sean Payton is on the phone with Colin Cowherd after struggling like that, like, we have mismanaged things. But it's a fair question because Colin knows Sean very well. And this is, let's give context. If you missed our show on Friday, we played it on Friday. This is what Colin said.
I'm dead serious here. Sean Payton is a very impatient guy. He also understands the urgency at quarterback, unlike a lot of coaches in this league. I wonder, because the roster, the O-line set, the D-line set, the pass rush, the receivers, would Sean Payton draft another quarterback? I'm dead serious. Bo Nix has regressed badly. His completion percentage is now towing that backup quarterback line from 66.5 to 60. His passer rating has plummeted, mid-90s to mid-80s. He's going to have more turnovers this year. Again, he is a significantly worse quarterback this year than last. And I understand quarterback development is not linear. I think it was Peyton Manning who suddenly had a really bad fourth year in the league. I get it. You lose a coordinator, you lose an offensive lineman, but this O-line's great. And we thought with Bo Nix, he was one of these high floor, low ceiling guys. We knew he didn't have like Caleb Williams horsepower, but he was a high floor guy. At worst, he'd be like B-ish. This is D-ish.
He went on to say that I don't think it's crazy that Sean could look back in the draft for a quarterback. That would be, and to Dante's question, like if they're actually communicating and and Sean is relaying some of that, I would hope not. I don't
think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Now to think that's impossible would be naive because Sean loves to talk, and Colin's one of his favorites. Colin's one of the biggest stars.
But we go back to like what Sean has done. Like he's put so much pressure on Bo. He's put so much pressure on himself to get this right. Knowing that this was Sean's first time ever taking a quarterback out of the draft and developing him, it's going to take time. Like that's a fact. So for Sean, he's going to have to, one, trust Bo, trust that Bo's going to get it done at some point, and also Sean's going to have to figure out a way to teach and continue to coach Bo up the right way so that it clicks in his head.
Whew. These are big conversations we're having right in the middle of a season where the Broncos are having the most success they've had in a decade.
8-2.
But to not have the conversation is a disservice to what we're watching, the product. I mean, it is so yin and yang right now. Jekyll and Hyde. Figure out an analogy for yourself. I mean, it's not good and it's not sustainable. And everyone involved in that operation knows it, by the way. That's not just me talking into a microphone. I'm saying what they already know. And you guys know too. Okay. The Broncos, Nuggets, and Avs all have something really unique in common right now. Details next.
The Fan Flyaway is back. Presented by 303 Law 4040.
Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it.
To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel, tickets, and $500 in spending money all included. First, head to thefanflyaway.com to register.
Then tune in every hour to see if your name is called.
If you hear your name, you have 10 minutes to call us back and be entered into the grand prize drawing. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? The temps are dropping and that game day energy is heating up. Broncos country. You can feel the crunch of the leaves under your shoes, the chill of that air, and the sound of the crowd echoing through the mile-high city. Yes, indeed, football is in full swing. Whether you're bundling up to cheer on the Broncos at Empower Field or heading up to Boulder to cheer on Coach Prime and the Buffs, make sure you get there on time and in style. Leave the traffic and icy parking lots to someone else. Hermes Worldwide has you covered with their luxury rides that will keep you warm, comfortable, and stress-free all the way to kickoff. Hermes Worldwide also offers championship-level transportation. Picture this. You and your crew rolling up to the stadium in a sleek, heated vehicle, no parking hassles, no driving worries, just a professional driver ready to get you to and from the game safely. All I need you to do is give them a call today at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Again, give them a call at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Makita's built for the pros who show up early, who don't do shortcuts, only precise cuts. With tools built to last, job after job, year after year. Performance that pays off, because when the job calls for the best, you answer. And when you need the best, you call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Happy holidays from Done Right Home Improvements. Putting off that home makeover till after the holidays? Well, good, because book your project now for install after and save 16% or get a great financing deal. drhi.com.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
At 303 Law 4040, we know getting into an accident stinks, and so does getting worked over by the insurance company or even your slick-talking made-for-TV lawyer. So if we can help, just give us a call. 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
Black Friday is going on now at every AutoNation store. Hurry in and save for a limited time. Buy with zero down. Plus, make no payments till next year. Shop new and used cars, trucks, SUVs, even top luxury models. Drive with zero down. Plus, no payments till next year. Save your cash for the holidays. Go to your nearest AutoNation store now. Limited term financing on approved credit. 90-day deferred payment. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details.
Most people don't think about their garage door until it stops working. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. There's never a good time for your garage door to break, whether you're rushing to work or you're trying to get the kids to school. We know how much you rely on your garage door. That's why we offer same-day repairs, because life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Over 90,000 five-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage door is what we do, but making your life easier and your home safer is why we do it. Families trust us because we deliver, and we'd be honored to earn your trust too. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
Hey, Stokely here, and let me tell you, fall golf is the best golf Colorado has to offer, and it's not too late to get fully dialed in for the last few months of the season. At Embers Golf in Westminster, they're not just selling golf clubs, they're crafting a journey for golf lovers like you. It's a boutique-style shop, family-owned, with 2 hitting bays, all the major brands, and fully upgraded custom shafts. Come in for a full bag fitting. Trust me, there's nothing else like it around. Embers Golf, where your golf journey begins.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens, the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Are you ready to rock? Paramount Theater presents Hairball, the bombastic celebration of arena rock on January 16th at Paramount Theater. Tickets are on sale now at ParamountDenver.com.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter-Har Motors. Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it. 1. All righty. The Broncos and the Denver Nuggets, as well as the Colorado Avalanche, all have something really unique in common right now. They are dominant in Denver. The Nuggets are 6-0 at home. The Broncos are 5-0 at home. Broncos have the longest win streak at home in the NFL going back to last year, 10 consecutive wins at Mile High. The Avs are 4-0-2 at home, one of 2 teams left in the NHL without a loss in regulation in their home building. Going back to the Nuggets being 6-0 at home, go tally up the scores. Actually, don't. I already did it for you. They've outscored those 6 opponents by 114 points, winning by nearly 20 points a game. Man, these teams locally are on a heater in front of their home fans.
I tell you what, it's because of the home fans, Zach. This is where the home fans, the home field advantage matters. I know in hockey, somebody might say that home ice doesn't matter. It does. For the players, they get to relax. A lot of times when you don't have to travel, you get to go home, see your kids, maybe be with your wife, kind of focus that way. You have a routine that you get to stay with. When you go on the road, it's a little harder because now your routine's messed up. Your kids might be being bad, but now you have to leave them with your wife, and you still have to focus on the game. So when you're at home, you just play better because you're more relaxed. And then once you get going, you get into some type of rhythm, you have your home fans going crazy for you. It just adds an extra motivation to get that win. And that's exactly what's happening for the Avs, for the Nuggets, and for the damn Denver Broncos.
Well, it's basically for a single city like Denver and greater Colorado, of course, and really the whole region. We know that a lot of these teams are regional teams. Only Boston in 2019 and 2020, that 19-20 season, basically only the city of Boston has had a better start for their hometown teams, the Bruins, the Celtics, the Patriots, than what we're seeing right now here in Denver Sports. It's just really cool. It's a fun time. All these 3 teams are good at the same time. This has been unusual throughout the course of the history of sports in Colorado. So I would just say if you're a Nuggets fan, a Broncos fan, and an Avs fan, just revel in it. Allow yourself to enjoy it and just relish it because sports are cyclical and things will change. But right now, the getting's good here in Denver.
The getting is great, Zach.
All right.
It is great.
Next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
Brian Daboll out in New York. Giants blew another lead this season. They fell 24-20 to the Bears. How about this stat? The Giants are 0-4 with having a 10-point lead this season.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, the Giants 0-4 in games where they've had a double-digit lead. Should be 4-0.
Yeah, most definitely.
Haven't won a game where they had a double-digit lead. Yeah.
Well, you know what I always say, this is a performance-based business. That's not just for the players, it's the coaching staff as well. And when they're not getting it done, usually you get fired. So I like Brian Daboll. I like what he brings to the table. I like that he's aggressive, and from what I've heard, he's a team type of player, right? A player's coach. But you have to win. And the Giants have not been winning. So therefore, you don't have a job.
Well, the Broncos are part of his story. You know, in one of those games where they blew that double-digit lead and lost 33-32 here in Denver, the greatest single-game turnaround in the history of the NFL, quite literally by the numbers.
Should have drafted Shador, man. Come on now.
Yeah. Maybe. And then, Jackson Dart, another concussion. Let's keep our eye on that.
That was scary.
But Daboll was 20-40-1 during his time as the Giants coach. Actually, a worse win percentage than Ben McAdoo. You guys remember Ben McAdoo? And I don't know what's next for Brian Daboll. And I know someone could say, well, Buffalo's struggling. Joe Brady is under fire there in Western New York.
The
Fans
Bills
are
just
freaking
got beat
out.
by Miami.
Beat like a drum.
Miami's players in the locker room were surfing on towel rack cleaners or whatever. That you throw your towels in, your dirty towels in a towel bin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were swag surfing in it.
I did not see that.
Yeah, man.
Well,
bad.
To that thought, though, hey, you can relink up Josh Allen back with Brian Daboll. Like, from what I understand, and anything can happen, I suppose, but from what I understand, Sean McDermott and Brian Daboll do not like one another anymore. So, probably not going to happen. I don't know what's next for him. Probably going back to being an OC somewhere. But yeah, another firing in the NFL as recent as today. Next in 3 count.
1, 2, 3.
All right. CBS's NFL Today will be in Denver this coming weekend for Chiefs Broncos. So that is Tony Romo. That is Jim Nantz. That is who's sideline there? Tracy Wolfson. That is the number one crew, arguably in all of football.
Yeah, the Big Show.
That is the Big Show. The Big Show is coming to Denver. Full Big Boy spotlight. 2:25 here Mountain Time. There's going to be a lot of eyeballs on this football game. A lot.
Do we want that, though? Because it seems like anytime that the Denver Broncos are and they're not in a primetime slot, but everybody's going to be watching this game.
Yeah, this will do primetime numbers.
They don't do well. So maybe if people stop watching us, close our eyes, close you guys' eyes, we'll start putting points on the board.
Can't run from it, man. Everyone watches the playoffs. So it's like,
true.
It's coming. More primetime games are coming. This is a big boy game. They'll have basically, so you have Kansas City this week, which will feel like a primetime game and do primetime numbers. My guess is north of 20 million people will watch that game. And then you come out of the bye week and you're back into literal primetime on Sunday Night Football, which is historically the most watched game of the weekend. Numbers are way up, averaging 26 million viewers a week this year on Sunday Night Football. Just insane. And then there's still another Thursday night game in primetime against these same Chiefs. So, hey, here we go, man. Tony Romo.
Time.
You like Tony Romo and Jim Nantz?
I love Tony Romo. I love what he brings to the table, and he's smart. He's telling us exactly what's going on. And here's the thing, guys. He knows Sean well because he was coached by Sean.
It's true.
So when he's out there explaining stuff, listen to him. He's not making stuff up. I love Tony Romo.
He's not my favorite, but I also think that sometimes he gets too hard of a rap. A lot of people, he just rubs people the wrong way sometimes. But
Smart.
It's gonna be a great football game. A lot of eyeballs. Number one crew coming in, descending on Denver. Okay, Dion and the Buffs are officially out of bowl contention after their third straight loss. But we saw something on Saturday that was better, yet simultaneously not a good look. And we'll explain the dynamic coming up next.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app.
Every time I turn around, my friends at Pure Talk give me one more reason to feel good about switching. This month, for instance, they're supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat veterans struggling with PTSD. The result? They're saving lives on both ends of the leash. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. I like being in business with an American wireless company who shares my values. Yeah, I appreciate unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and I bet you will too. But I think you'll really appreciate doing business with a company who gives back to the men and women who volunteered to defend our country. Just dial pound 250, say micro. With Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, you can switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Join Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan and White Claw at Mile High Station on Sunday, November 16th from noon to 2:25 p.m. for the Fan Football pregame show. Get your head in the game with orange and blue face painting and White Claw. Grab life by the claw.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors. Right now, they have a generous deal on windows. Receive $1,000 off every 10 windows you purchase. On top of that, they want to be a part of your Thanksgiving celebration. They will provide you with a $100 gift card to your local grocery store to contribute to your Thanksgiving festivities. Call 5280 Exteriors today to take advantage of this special November promotion. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Colorado's favorite appliance store is celebrating huge savings during our Black Friday sale going on now. Hi, I'm Brad Barnett, president of Mountain High Appliance. Craft your dream kitchen and save up to $4,400 on select KitchenAid appliance packages. Enjoy a special financing and our price match guarantee with exclusive offers you won't find at big box stores. Visit us today and experience the difference. When you think appliances, think Mountain High Appliance.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you. Hellsberg Gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. a gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for Dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I've made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
It matters who your lawyer is. At Berg Simpson, we truly care about the quality of work we do, that fair compensation is given, and that our clients are getting the best possible representation. We're proud of that, and it shows.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives. It's not just a slogan, it's who we are.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com. Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins the drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's the drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Dion and the Buffs are officially out of bowl contention after losing their 3rd straight. But I saw something on Saturday that was better. Yet simultaneously, there's a dynamic in what I saw that was better that's also not a good look. We'll talk about it here in, call it 20 seconds. You want to go to Phoenix this February for the biggest party in golf? It's the Fan Flyaway, presented by 303 Law 4040. Michael Gallegos, you have 10 minutes to call us back at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the grand prize. 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Phoenix, 2 nights hotel stay, and $500 on a Visa gift card. Michael Gallegos, call us back at 303-713-1043. Guys, if you haven't already entered, you can still sign up at thefanflyway.com, and then make sure to listen weekdays every hour between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to hear if your name is called. Okay. Dion and the Buffs, Phil. Dion and the Buffs went down to Morgantown, all right, had an early start on Saturday. It was let's just start here. Significantly better of a game than we've seen in the last few.
Oh yeah, they didn't get taken. They went down to Morgantown, but they did not take a pounding. They didn't go. They weren't taken to Pound Town.
Yeah, they went to Morgantown, not Pound Town.
There you go.
Yes.
Like it was fun to watch. It went back and forth. The Buffs had a chance to win. They did not, and so now they're out of any intention of going to a bowl game. That's out of the picture. But it was exciting to see some of these players make plays. Amarion Miller make plays. It's been there. just the quarterback not getting him involved, not getting him the ball. Well, there was a young quarterback that was able to get their star receiver the ball.
Man, final score 29-22. Of course, I agree. Julian Lewis looked like far and away, outside of like a 10-minute sequence from Ryan Staub in like game 2 or 3, Julian Lewis far and away looked like, one, just start with a competent passer of the football.
Yeah.
But when he was when he had it going, he looked like, whoa. He fit a couple balls in there, dropped them out of the sky to Miller in a way that I'm like, I have not seen a passer of the football like that this year at CU, and it showed up in the first half.
Just confident. He was just confident, calm in the pocket, and making the right decisions. Most of the times making the right decisions and going with his better receivers. Like not looking for everybody, but like, hey, let me get my best receivers involved first and then go from there. Something that Bo Nix needs to do to Cortland Sutton.
If you didn't say it, I was going to, yeah.
Get your number one receiver involved, and then the rest will take care of itself.
Well, Omarion Miller, 6 catches, 131 yards, and a touchdown. But why I say, and I mean this, why I say it looked better on Saturday, yet simultaneously was not a good look. What the hell has Deion Sanders been thinking? You watch these quarterbacks every day in practice in addition to the games, and we're just seeing Juju now with 3 games left in the season? You have got to help me with this one. You have got to help me because it was a double-edged sword, and I mentioned this on Friday. Like, you want to see this young man go play well, but if he goes and plays well, it's like, what's been going on? Because you've had the worst quarterback room in the Big 12. It doesn't make sense to me and gives like more ammunition for someone like myself who doesn't believe Deion Sanders is a good coach.
Well, see, I'm not ready to go that far.
I'm speaking for myself.
No, yeah. But I'm with you. Why did it take so long for Coach Prime to put Juju in there when Caden Salter has done nothing but underwhelm, has done nothing but be consistent at doing the things the wrong way? So at some point, it's like you have this young 5-star quarterback that has to get the reps, that has to get the confidence instilled inside of him. Yeah, you may not win 6, 7, 8 games, but you're giving him those valuable plays that next year he said, okay, I've seen this before. Now I can build off of that. So I'm with you, Zach. I don't know why it took so long to get Juju Lewis on the football field, just for him to go into his first true start, throw for 299 yards, pretty much 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions.
Incredible.
For Coach Prime, like, yes, it's a great job that you guys got this young man in the building. It's not a great job that it took you so long to get this man on the football field. Maybe, just maybe, if you would have started him a little earlier, you'd be looking at an opportunity to still go bowling. But because you decided to go with Caden Salter, and Caden Salter lost you, I want to say, at least 3 games this year.
Totally.
Off of him throwing interceptions, you're out of a bowl game now. I don't know. It's frustrating because I do understand Coach Prime protecting Juju. And that's what everybody's been saying because I tweeted it. Like, why did it take so long to put Juju on the field? They're protecting him. Okay. But at some point, you got to let the young man grow up. And now's the time, I guess.
Here's Deion Sanders after the game talking about his young quarterback.
I think he played a good game. His first start, he did some wonderful things that you could see that he's going to be special. He did some things that you could see his youth. But overall, to me, the kid played well. He played well enough for us to win the game.
He did play well. I mean, now he took too many sacks, and you see the one got taken down by his hair on the one.
Man ripped his hair out.
He did. He did a huge clump of hair on the field.
And blew it.
But, yeah, it just doesn't add up to me, and it makes me further question the judgment of Deion Sanders, which I didn't need another piece of evidence to do that, but here it's just presented to me on a silver platter. Here is Deion Sanders' message to the fans.
Well, this is not who we are. We're better than this, and they deserve better than this. I want better than this. I feel like I coach better than this. I feel like we got players that are so much better than what the production that we're putting out. So then you got to identify the coaches. That's us, and that starts with me. Because I feel like we got the nucleus inside the locker room that we should be getting it done. I don't think we played a team that's athletically and physically better than us. I really don't. I stand on that.
Now, that's the 3rd or 4th time he has said that this year. And I remember saying earlier in the year, stop saying that. It's not a good look.
Well, other than the Utah game, what other teams out there have just been like flat out looked better than the Buffs when it comes to like their ability.
Well, the Arizona game, you lost 52-17, so we can file that right under
Arizona. Okay, Arizona. I forgot about the Arizona game.
How can you forget about well the therapy maybe made you forget. But no. I understand your point though. Take those 2 games out. But that's why I don't think you say that. Because there's hints of truth to it. And if you're telling me repeatedly, that's at least the 3rd time that he said it this year, that we feel like we have better players, but we're losing the games, I go, well, who's coaching them? If you genuinely believe you have more talent and you're losing these games, it just puts the spotlight back on Deion. I'm not saying he's running from it or anything like that, because he's saying, I need to get better.
Exactly. He continues to say it every game.
Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I do understand what you're saying. It becomes about the coaching. You say you have the players, you're in these games, you have the athletic ability, but yet you're losing these games because of coaching. So Prime's going to have to take a step back and bring in an offense and maybe even a defensive coordinator if you feel like Robert Livingston's not it. And you got to find 2 guys that are hungry, are creative, they're young, and they're going to put these players in good situations to win games, because the name of the game is winning games. You got to win.
Got to win.
Performance-based business.
Keep kicking those pylons over.
Look at you.
Just a baby shot. Okay. It was a crazy day in the NFL yesterday. What were our biggest takeaways, and what's the ripple effect on the Broncos? That's next.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is on a mission to feed families this holiday season, and we need your help. As part of our Fill the Truck campaign, we'll be collecting canned goods and non-perishable food items to benefit the Food Bank of the Rockies November 19th, 20th, and 21st. So stop by the Walmart Supercenter in Highlands Ranch near C470 in Quebec from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and help us fill the truck for those in need. Head to denversports.com/truck for more info.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
What's going on, guys? Phillip Lindsay here, and I want to tell you about my new obsession, and that's with Daisy's French Onion Dip. One of my guilty pleasures during football season is eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching any big-time game. And now that Daisy's has come out with a delicious Daisy French Onion Dip, along with a Daisy Ranch Dip, these are definitely game changers that you are not going to want to miss out on. They're as delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you can find in your own kitchen. So if you want to be blown away like I was, then give Daisy's French Onion Dip a try today. You can find Daisy's French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
Black Friday is going on now at every AutoNation store. Hurry in and save for a limited time. Buy with 0 down, plus make no payments till next year. Shop new and used cars, trucks, SUVs, even top luxury models. Drive with 0 down, plus no payments till next year. Save your cash for the holidays. Go to your nearest AutoNation store now. Limited term financing on approved credit, 90-day deferred payment. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details.
Happy holidays, Colorado.
Dave, come on. Isn't that a little early?
No. Who wants to wait for savings? No one. Lock in our below-market 4.75 5-year fixed 5.81 APR.
Wait, you have a 4.75% rate fixed for 5 years?
Yes, and it comes with our lowest rate for life program. Our trademark lowest rate for life program allows you to lock in savings today, and if the market does improve after you close, even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee. And there's no limit to the number of times you can use this. This is the best program in the industry. Plus, our holiday bonus, no payments until January of 26, and access up to $15,000 cash benefits just in time for the holidays. Call us now at 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
At Postman Law, we're not your typical injury firm. Our lawyers have won at the U.S. Supreme Court, gone head-to-head with giants like Uber and Amazon, and recovered billions for clients. When you've been injured, having a right lawyer matters. PostmanLaw.com. Others promise. Postman delivers.
Call 844-POSTMAN. Attorney advertising.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
Life happens, and then debt happens. Your laptop dies when you need it most. A hospital bill hurts more than an injury. Enter End Credit Union. with a free debt consultation and a plan built just for you. Ent is here to help you break the debt cycle and get your finances on track. Debt happens. Ent helps. Schedule your free consultation at ent.com/coaching. Standard account and credit qualifications apply.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Cudarelli Vision. I wore glasses for a long time, but when I started needing reading glasses to see menus, text, read stats, to see my computer, I decided to go to Dr. Cudarelli at Cudarelli Vision for refractive lens exchange. It was a game changer for me, and it could be for you too. Join Dr. Cudarelli for his live webinar this Wednesday at noon to learn about refractive lens exchange from Cudarelli Vision. This free webinar is the perfect opportunity to meet Dr. Cudarelli and have him answer all your questions about RLE, like what is refractive lens exchange? How is it different from LASIK or EVO ICL? Why can't you develop a cataract after RLE? Cudarelli Vision is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. He can tell you when it's your right time for RLE, like he did me. So register for the webinar at coloradorle.com. It's this Wednesday at noon. coloradorle.com.
Score huge deals and better sleep at Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Their sleep experts will find the perfect bed for your unique needs. Mattress Firm, they make sleep easy.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
What a crazy day in the NFL yesterday. What was the biggest surprise for you, Mr. Phillip Lindsay?
The biggest surprise to me, honestly, Zach, is how dominant the Seattle Seahawks are. Like, literally, I didn't have Seattle being as good as they are.
So good.
And it's like, what's going on? And shocker, Sam Darnold getting his opportunity to be a starting quarterback again. He was a first-round draft pick. I got to literally watch this man tear us up when he was with USC because we were in the Pac-12 together.
I was at that game.
Oh, there you go.
I was at that game. He had a big rushing touchdown.
Yeah, very athletic.
Very,
you know. And just how dominant the Seattle Seahawks are, and they have so many weapons. And then they picked up Shaheed, the guy I wanted, Rashid Shaheed, just adding to this place. And then when Cooper Kupp is full go and he's healthy, like, this team is going to be trouble once they get into the playoffs.
You know you have a dominant football team when you're hanging 44 points on the scoreboard. Let's just start there. But you scored 44 points, and your quarterback, Darnold, who you referenced, attempted 12 total passes. Think about that.
That's crazy.
Like, you talk about a difference with someone like Sean Payton. If Sean Payton's in control, like he like Bo Nix is getting his numbers. He was 10 for 12. So hyper efficient. I mean, hyper efficient. He's like excellent whenever he was asked to throw it. But I just think that's crazy. You score 44, but you only asked your quarterback to attempt 12 passes. I don't know where well, let's just have the conversation. Where does Seattle stack up in terms of best teams in the league right now?
Ooh. They would probably have to be sitting there at 2 or 3. Somebody out there could say they're number 1. I think it's the Colts that are number 1. Zach, they are rolling. Jonathan Taylor's having a phenomenal year. He may get to 2,000 yards.
What he did yesterday, dear mother of God. I mean, I'm not a big prop guy, but they played the Falcons, right?
Yeah.
And the Falcons have gone smaller and speedier, and I'm like, I'm taking JT's over. It was 94.5 yards. Dude.
94 yards. Like, that's so easy to get. He's getting that stuff so easy.
Dude. I mean, he was insane. Like, as much as you can single-handedly as a running back will a team to victory, that's what he did yesterday.
And you know, Zach, like, I got to be in the locker room with him, in the meeting rooms with him, pick his brain just like he picked mine, and he's a little younger than me. But he's a great dude, and he's all about the team. He's not a me player. He's not selfish. He's not an asshole. And so this is what happens to good people. Things like this, where Jonathan Taylor went through like a situation when I was there where he was hurt and he kept trying to rush back.
Yeah. Was it back?
It was a back, then it was his knee, and then it went to his ankle.
Yep.
Just because he didn't sit still. But when you're young and you want that contract, you're going to do whatever it takes to get the contract. Well, then he got the contract. He got healthy, and this is the best version of him. And he's literally helping the Colts win games by himself. 3 touchdowns.
Crazy.
Over 200 yards, all-purpose yards.
Yeah, it was the best running back performance in the NFL this year.
Passing Edgerrin James when it comes to touchdowns. Like, he's doing it all, and the Colts are rolling. They added Sauce Gardner.
He passed Edge and for Colts touchdowns?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, he just did that with the 3 touchdowns.
Wow. Yeah, he's a special player, man. I mean, he's making an MVP push as a running back. And I don't know if he can, like, if you're not going to give it to Saquon last year, you know, it's like, can you give it to JT? They probably should have gave it to both of them, you know.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how the season continues for Taylor. But
so I would say, like, Seahawks number 2 or 3, the Colts number 1 right now, because they did beat the Broncos.
Yep, they have that tiebreaker. They would be the number 1 seed in the AFC right now.
Who are you going with?
I'd say the most surprising thing, if I were to ask myself the same question I asked you, is the Bills losing. And not just losing, but losing the way that they did. I have been a little bit down on Buffalo here in the last 5 to 6 weeks. I brought up maybe a month ago that the combined record of teams that they had beat was 3-21 at the time. They have issues. They have issues. Now, the week before they beat Kansas City, and then the next week you lose to a 2-7 Dolphins team.
Yeah, that's bad.
And I just don't know. I still don't know who they are. Their defense is not very good, and hasn't been very good in playoff losses. They're giving up 33 points a game in the last 5 playoff losses. So yeah, I don't think they're the bully that they were framed to be. But getting beat 30-13 by the Dolphins, who they had beaten, I want to say 6 consecutive times.
Divisional game, though. Divisional game. That's one thing that you still have to kind of like look at it as. Is like they're playing each other twice. And it could be a bad football team, but you know that team. They played against each other a lot when it comes to some of these players playing against Josh Allen. So you start to know and understand what Josh Allen can do or what he likes to do, his tendencies. So that's only one thing I would put out there when it comes to a divisional opponent. Is like, you know that team.
Well, it's good for the Broncos because Buffalo does them a favor last week and beats Kansas City and puts them 2 games behind Denver. And then the following week lose themselves. I mean, the Bills would be going on the road if the playoffs started today. And I do anticipate that ultimately being the case, which now brings up another conversation of like, is a team like Buffalo going to come to Denver?
Or Baltimore.
Or Baltimore, who we started talking about this last week. Like, the Ravens are coming. The Ravens are coming. They go into Minnesota. They beat the Vikings 27-19. They've now won 3 straight. I have a feeling here they're going to do the seeding. It's like, who's going to get Baltimore? Because they are playing really well at the right time. They're getting healthier. Lamar back, obviously. They're pretty impressive right now, man. They're pretty impressive. Scored in every quarter and just ultimately pulled away from Minnesota. And then New England, going into Tampa Bay and beating a 6-2 Bucs team. I'm just impressed. They scored a touchdown in every single quarter yesterday. The Patriots did. And Mike Vrabel, great hire, and Drake May is playing at as high of a level that is currently being played right now in the NFL at the quarterback position. He's in the MVP conversation.
What about the running back Trevion Henderson?
My God.
14 carries, 147 yards, 2 touchdowns? Sign me up.
That young man. Well, he could have been a Bronco.
Could have been a Bronco. Hey, speed kills. And that man has a lot of speed. And that helps you out. Once you break through that second line of defense, it's hard to catch a running back that has speed. It helps you out. This is his superpower. He could have been a Denver Bronco, and that's something that Denver is still lacking, Zach. Speed. That an explosive playmaker that any given second can take it to the house.
Yeah, we've seen brief flashes of it from Harvey, but not consistent enough in that department. Dante, you got something there behind the glass?
Yeah, you were talking about Drake May there. He is actually the favorite to win the MVP award, just ahead of Matthew Stafford and Patrick Mahomes.
Incredible. Second-year player. Leading the league in completion percentage last time I checked. I don't know if that's still the case, but he was the league leader a week ago. And then Stafford. Like,
old man Stafford.
Like, what? Stafford, guys, has 24 25 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions. That is insane.
Rams are 7-2. Everything out in front of them with a quarterback that has done it before, has won the Super Bowl.
Yep, and a coach who's done it before. And I'll tell you what, that defensive line is real. That defensive line is real. So, yeah, with the likes of Jared Verse and Kobe Turner, Byron Young, Nate Landman.
Shout out Nate Dogg.
Making plays. Former Colorado Buffalo. So, yeah, man. Crazy league. If you were going to bet on one team right now to win the Super Bowl, who would you bet?
To win the Super Bowl.
Yep, and it's premature and all that. But who would you say, that team's complete enough, they can go win a Super Bowl?
It would have to be the Rams. The Rams. Because they've done it before. You just talked about the defense, but offensively, they got Kyron Williams, running back, who has been very consistent. You had Devontae Adams and Puka. Like, those two are dynamic receivers. And Matthew Stafford, who's playing at a high level, even though he's getting older. Like, in McVay, who's a great offensive-minded coach. You could call him a guru when it comes to some of these offensive schemes.
Sure.
So that whole Rams team, when it comes to defense, special teams, and offensively, but also the coach, I can see them winning it.
They have a coach. They have a bona fide quarterback who, by the way, in the last
quarterback.
What'd you say?
A solidified quarterback.
A franchise quarterback.
A franchise quarterback.
There's no debate about Stafford being a franchise quarterback.
You're right.
13 touchdowns in the last 3 weeks, Phil.
13 touchdowns?
13 touchdowns in the last 3 weeks.
Damn.
5, 4, and 4. One of the great 3-game sequences at the quarterback position in the history of the NFL. So check this out. They have the coach who's done it. They have a bona fide Hall of Fame quarterback. Remember, we used to argue about Stafford. Is he Hall of Fame? And now he's
a Hall of
like
Famer.
First ballot type of guy here, especially if they win another one. So you have the coach, you have the quarterback. They have a run game. Okay, they're averaging 113 yards a game. Kyron Williams is averaging, right about what Dobbins is averaging.
Yeah.
Plus, they have a secondary running back in Blake Corum from Michigan.
Oh, I forgot about Blake Corum.
He's fantastic as a secondary. They have a star receiver, a defensive line. I mean, the Rams have a lot going for them. And we remember a year ago, Philly was a juggernaut through the playoffs. One team pushed them all the way to the brink, and it was the Rams.
The Rams could have won that game.
I might bet the Rams to win the Super Bowl in the commercial break. I just might, because I'm going to kick myself if it, yeah. Okay. If you want to react to any of those conversations, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. Are we seeing a shift in priority within the Denver Broncos offense as of late? That's next.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 1043 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Hey guys, it's your boy Mark Schlereth here. You've heard me talk about craftsmanship before, and Gravina's Window Center of Littleton really gets it. Right now, they're running their biggest Black Friday event ever. 30% off Infinity by Marvin windows, plus 24 months, no interest, and no payments. In over 52 years serving Colorado homeowners, they've never offered anything like this. It's happening now through November 30th, so don't wait. Book your appointment today, 303-794-0490, or online at windowsforyourhome.com.
Select Health, how can we help?
Representative.
I'm ready to answer any questions you have.
Representative.
I'm Sam.
Representative.
It sounds like you said representative. One moment. Select Health. How can we help?
Finally. Hi, I have a question on copays.
I can help with that.
Real people, real answers in real time. Select Health. Insurance made simple. Learn more at selecthealth.org.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. The Fed just dropped rates again, and that's really great news for American homeowners. If you're feeling overwhelmed, thinking about the upcoming holidays, there is no better time than now to get your finances in order. With rates dropping, now is the time to pay off that debt. American Financing is helping homeowners access the equity in their home for instant savings. They're saving people just like you an average of $800 a month, and many are seeing rates in the low fives. That's a game changer compared to those sky-high credit cards. And if you start today, you may be able to delay 2 mortgage payments. It costs absolutely nothing to find out how much you can save. The holidays are going to be here before you know it, so don't wait. Call their salary-based mortgage consultants today. American Financing can be reached at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.196 for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Gobble, 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 gobble. Oh, man, I do a terrible turkey impersonation. Hey, everybody, Dan Jacobs from Jacobs Law and 303 Law 4040. Those of you that listen to the Dan Jacobs Show know that I just love the holidays. But I also know these holidays in particular can be really tough on a lot of people, whether it's the government shutdown, inflation, the economy, whatever it is, or some people just have a hard time during the holidays as it is every single year. It's just a hard time of year for them. As always, we want to be here for you. If we can help out with a little bit of that with free food and groceries, we would love to have you any first or third Thursday of the month. Come on out to Eastern Hills Church at Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road. We're even doing smoked ham and turkey this month in honor of Thanksgiving. So if you need it, anybody, no questions asked. You just pull up and pop the trunk. 4 to 6 p.m., Eastern Hills Community Church, every first and third Thursday, Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road.
Be careful if you haven't filed taxes in a while. The IRS is going after non-filers like never before. Whether you have income taxes or payroll taxes that have not been filed, Advanced Tax Solutions can help you get back in the system and avoid trouble with the IRS before they show up or send you a scary letter. Call the people I trust, Advanced Tax Solutions. They'll help you get back into the system and off the IRS's radar. 303-753-6040 or visit advancedtaxsolutions.com.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, 2-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Things are just better with a partner or a friend. And when it comes to losing weight, Soda Weight Loss makes it easier than ever to let go of the weight for good.
I'd been wanting to lose weight, and I tried on my own. I'd been seeing things for Soda, and so we talked to the nutritionist and loved every bit of it. You know, I couldn't be happier, honestly, with the result.
Join with a partner and only pay for one. Imagine achieving all your weight loss goals together with your partner, and you only pay for one.
I've let go 50 pounds, and I don't have the cravings that I used to have.
I would definitely recommend soda. It's because it works. I even recommended it to my daughter, and she's on her journey now.
Just go and look at the almost 9,000 Google reviews about Soda Weight Loss. Lose the weight without injections, without medications, without hunger. Get started now at sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com. Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider, Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, I think we're seeing a shift in priority within the Denver Broncos offense that I want to shine a light on. I haven't heard it discussed anywhere. We'll do that here in about, call it 12 seconds. Guys, this Friday we're heading to Jackson's in Lodo for Bud Light Football Friday. We'll be live from 2 to 6 p.m. Bud Light is going to be giving away a pair of tickets to Broncos-Packers on Sunday, December 14th, along with 2 Bud Light VIP tailgate passes. You got to be 21 to enter that contest. Bud Light, official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Okay, are we seeing a shift in priority within the Broncos offense as of late? I think the answer is yes. And I got to be real. And look,
you're always real, Zach. You're always real.
I try to be.
So what's on your mind?
Well, I want to give I don't know who to give a shout out to, but I just want to say this as a testament to like being seen and being heard. This idea to do this segment came from the RamosLaw.com text line last week. All right. And someone said, hey, you should look at this in the last 5 weeks. So I go and look at it and I'm like, whoa, this is real. So check this out. This is targets in the last 5 games for the Denver Broncos offense. Courtland Sutton, the air quotes, number 1, 4 years, $92 million contract.
Receiver 1, baby.
He has 29 targets in the last 5 games. Troy Franklin has 41 over that same stretch. So Sutton's target number starts with a 2. Franklin starts with a 4. In terms of yards in the last 5 games for the Broncos, Sutton has 225 yards in the last 5 games. Franklin has 175. So Sutton, outproducing Franklin with less to work with. In the last 5 games, Troy Franklin has been targeted on average 8 times per game. That's like approaching like a number 1 wide receiver type of number for 35 yards a game. Sutton over the same stretch has been targeted 6 times, so 2 less per game than Troy Franklin, for 45 yards a game. So 2 less targets per game, 10 more yards a game. And I don't want to make a mountain out of a molehill, but this was worth discussing because your offense is struggling mightily and it's getting worse. And during that same stretch, you've actually moved away from Courtland Sutton, moved more towards Troy Franklin, despite the connection between Bo Nix and Troy Franklin downfield as one of the worst in the entire NFL.
See, and I don't get looks. Zach, you and the listener. Shout out listeners since you didn't put your name on it. Maybe you did. You guys just solved the world's problems. It goes hand in hand. For Bo Nix, it's a safety blanket we're talking about. Receiver 1, Courtland Sutton. Bo Nix' first touchdown pass in the NFL went to Courtland Sutton. The guy that you can count on when things get tough is Courtland Sutton.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. He's not going to be perfect, but most of the time you're going to rely on him. And yet you're going away from him if you're Bo Nix and Sean, because Sean can still give you the play call and say, hey, the number 1 receiver needs to be Troy Franklin. But you don't always have to listen to what Sean's saying. You find the open receiver. And when I'm watching film, I see more times than not Courtland open on the backside. Why is Courtland on the backside of a route when he's the number 1 receiver? Why is Courtland not the number 1 target? Why is he not the number 1 progression read? And then you go from there. I'm not understanding that. I do understand that Troy Franklin has something that Courtland does not have, and that's speed, that's separation, so you want to take shots with him. But even with Courtland, he's going to come down with those 50-50 balls if it's man. And yet Bo Nix is not going towards him, and Sean's not making him the number 1 read. What's going on?
Yeah, that does not make sense. And it'd be one thing if it was like, man, Troy Franklin and Bo's connection is just so real, and Troy is growing into this new role, and it's like almost like taking it by force. That's not what we're seeing.
He's not there yet.
No, he's not there yet. No.
Isn't that what Devontae Adams told PS2?
That's right. That's
he's
right.
Not there yet.
So look, I wanted to bring this up, and by the way, it was Nick in Inglewood.
Shout out Nick.
Now, he didn't put his name on it, but he says that was me that sent it to you, and he's taking credit. But I can look up and see the text message that he sent on November 7th at 3:42 in the afternoon. So good on you, man. Appreciate you. So I didn't quite realize this, but we did realize that Troy Franklin, because we brought this up early last week, had passed Courtland Sutton in targets on the season. So it's gotten dramatic here over the last 5 weeks, but even the season on the whole, Troy Franklin now has more targets than Cortland Sutton. And I'm sorry, that just shouldn't be happening. With all due respect to Troy and Sean Payton's acumen and play design, that should not be happening.
Well, what's going on with Sean? It's like, why are you doing this? What's going on in your head where you think that Cortland Sutton shouldn't be the number one target? And the reason why we didn't bring this up like we should have or noticed this, shout out to our fan, it's because Cortland's not making a big deal out of it right now. Not one time has Court got upset or went to the media saying, I need more balls thrown my way.
Right.
And so we kind of just like, oh, that's Cortland, like, you forget about it. But if this team offensively is going to take the next jump, how about getting your number one receiver going first and running the damn ball?
Yeah, and just getting back to who is the number one. Because right now, Troy's the number one. He's getting the most targets. He's got 73 targets. Sutton has 66. Yet Sutton has 590 yards and Troy Franklin has 425. So, yeah, this is something as we continue to diagnose why things have not only not been good enough and far below a standard here, but also getting worse within the season, that would be a quarter turn that I would look at adjusting here within this offense starting on Sunday.
Feed Court. Hashtag feed Court.
All right.
Come on.
All right. You want to react to it? RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. All right. We had hoped for something in Denver sports, maybe even wished for it, dreamed it. And now I think we're seeing it take shape. That's next.
The Fan Flyaway is back. Presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel, tickets, and $500 in spending money all included. First, head to thefanflyaway.com to register. Then tune in every hour to see if your name is called. If you hear your name, you have 10 minutes to call us back and be entered into the grand prize drawing. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
Every hockey player knows the secret to becoming a great skater is time on the ice. But rink time? It's tough to get, expensive, and so inconvenient. This winter, what if your kids could skate anytime they want, right in your own backyard? With Yard Rink, they can. In about an hour, you can transform your yard into an amazing outdoor rink. It's easy to set up and plays like a professional rink. Watch their hockey skills explode to the next level while they're having the time of their lives. Even Yard Rink ambassador Wayne Gretzky says he wishes he had a yard rink when he was a kid. Order today at yardrink.com and save hundreds by using code RADIO21. Nearly 300 sizes are available, starting at just $9.99. Plus, get 2 puck retention nets and your favorite NHL team logos free. That's YARDRINK.com. And save 21% by using code RADIO21. Give your kids more fun-filled ice time and help their hockey dreams come true.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens, the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
It's holiday season again, which is great, but also a time of great stress. Planning and paying for friends, family, bills, gifts, etc. can make what should be the best time of the year into the most stressful. At U.S. Mortgages, we want to help reduce stress and debts. Lock in our below-market 4.75 5-year fixed, 5.81 APO.
Wait, you have a 4.75% fixed rate for 5 years?
Yes, and it comes with our lowest rate for life program. If the market improves after you close, even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee. And there's no limit to the number of times you can use this. Lower your bills and stress, save money, and no payments until January of 26. Plus, access up to $15,000 in cash benefits just in time for the holidays. Call us now at 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that. And third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
For many of us, it's happened before. Your hair is thinning, crowns disappearing. Maybe the hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. The solution that worked for me, it's an incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts growing your own natural hair the very next day. And it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's the Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what if you want your own natural hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to world-class Dr. Tanya Paul's, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's why Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Step Denver, a nonprofit solution to addiction and homelessness.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
We had hoped for something in Denver sports, wished for it, maybe even dreamed of it. And now I genuinely believe that we are seeing it take shape in real time. Now, I will admit to you, it's premature, but it is so incredibly exciting as well.
You gotta love it.
I am talking about the hope that the Colorado Avalanche would have a team that could go and win the Stanley Cup. Like, truly, genuinely, authentically, like, watch a product where you're like, this team can go win it all. With the goaltending, with the depth, with the high-end blue-chip players at the top.
Coach.
With the coach, with the captain back, all this stuff. And Phil, we're seeing it. We're seeing it develop right now in real time. Long road ahead of this team to get through this regular season. But holy smokes, the early return on this season that we're living in, that we waited so long for it to start and react to the games, it's freaking glorious.
It's like it comes down to like the star players are playing well, but it's the depth. It's the fourth line, the third line. The second line's kind of been iffy here or there. They may have to make some adjustments later on, but this team is well put together. And we're talking about our backup goalie in Wedgie, who has been doing a phenomenal job.
So good.
Of doing his part while Blackwood has been dealing with his lower body injury.
Yep.
And I know he's back, and Blackwood at times looked really good, and there was times where he looked rusty.
Mm-hmm.
But to be able to have the depth at goalie, the depth with the lines, the defense. All right, Nate Dogg doing his thing, and he's having a fast start. Bednar pulling the right strings. Like, it's fun to watch, and they're starting fast this year. Starting fast. Now they got to stay healthy. Things have to go right. We have to get the power play under control, be more consistent with it. But there's not a lot of weaknesses here with the Colorado Avalanche.
No, there's really not. You mentioned the power play. I mean, that's definitely something that we need to keep an eye on. But even that, after last night against Vancouver going 2 of 3, makes me feel a little bit better that they could be trending in the right direction. Because in the last 8 road games leading up to last night, the Avs were 0 for 22 on the power play, which is hard to fathom a team with this kind of talent could struggle so much when they have more people on the ice than the other team does. That's like hard to reconcile. But the Avs have lost a game in regulation, singular, after 16 games. Like, this is insane. 25 points, number 1 in the Western Conference, number 1 in the NHL. Like, this team is so fun to watch right now. And I'm watching on Saturday night, the Avs go stick their skate up the rectum of the Edmonton Oilers in a way that has never happened before.
Did they turn it?
And then they turn the skate sideways.
Ooh.
I mean, 9-1. That is the worst home loss in the history of the Oilers. It's also simultaneously the biggest road win in the history of the Avalanche. Cale Makar, Nathan McKinnon, Parker Kelly, Jack Drury, each had 2 goals. It was the first time in Avs history that 4 players had a multi-goal game.
Do you believe the Avs sent a message to the rest of the league that they're here?
Yes, 1,000%. This weekend was, yeah. Yep. And like you have to not be paying attention. You have to not be paying attention to not see what's going on here with this Avs team. I mean, they've played 16 games. They've lost some in overtime, 5 of them. They've outscored their opponents, their goal differential, by 22 goals. I mean, it's just really hard to do. And you mentioned McKinnon, but this guy, what Nate is doing right now, 2 goals, 2 assists on Saturday, 2 goals, 3 assists on Sunday. He is leading the NHL in goals with 14. He is leading the NHL in points with 29. We say this about Jokic oftentimes. It's like, how is he better right now than he's been? And I feel like Nathan McKinnon is playing the best regular season hockey of his career right now.
It's the people around him, though. Everybody is doing their part. The puck is moving around, and everybody's getting involved. And so even when Nate Dogg's not scoring, he's setting somebody up with the assist. So that's something that you love to see, where everybody seems to be on the same page. For example, you had that goal where it was Val. It was Cale to Val. Val looking at Nate Dogg wide open, and it was a goal. Like, you love to see that because it shows that everybody is on the same page with the same mindset, the same goal, and that's just to win.
Yeah, man, really fun to watch in 2 different ways. Like, you're seeing them win 9-1. By the way, against a team that has represented the West in the Stanley Cup for the last 2 seasons. You went and won 9-1. And by the way, there's context to that. You won a game 9-1, and you were 0 of 7 on the power play. Like, there's a scenario where they're 2 of 7 in the way that they were 2 of 3 last night, and they hang 11 goals on Edmonton. Like, it was the only time in NHL history, or at least since I think the 1930s, I want to say, where a team won as decisive as 9-1, but went 0 for that many times on the power play. Just like an incredibly rare intersection. You typically get to a score like 9, which shouldn't even happen over the course of a regular, game.
Serious question.
By scoring a bunch on the power play, not by going over.
For you and Drew, what's more important right now for the Avs? This power play not being well, they have to get it going, or continue to be great on the penalty kill?
I mean, I don't like having to choose.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
but it seems like we may have to choose.
I mean, I'll answer it like this. I'll say scoring on the power play. See, I want to answer it both ways because here's why. I want to say it's continuing to be elite at killing the penalty because they're that good at 5-on-5. I don't know if I've ever seen the Avs in the regular season this good at 5-on-5, even the 22 season. But I also want to say it's converting power plays because the most recent time I saw them bounce in the playoffs, that was the single biggest differentiating factor against Dallas a year ago, the inability to score on the power play. Drew, how would you answer it?
You literally just stole my answer. I think that because they are so good at 5-on-5, I think the importance of keeping the puck out of the net, especially on that penalty kill, is paramount. Would you like them to be much better on the power play? Of course you would, absolutely. But this team feels like a team that can sustain this 5-on-5 play throughout the rest of the regular season, throughout the playoffs. They're that talented up front. So for me, the penalty kill, keeping that top-notch, top 2, 3, 4 in the league is going to be wildly important for this team.
Yeah. But you hear me on the Dallas thing last year.
100%.
What were they, 3 for 22?
3 for 22, I think they were.
In that series.
And Dallas, I think, was like 5 for 21 or something like that.
Sustainability kind of concerns me because you're saying, hey, we got to rely on the 5-on-5 and the penalty kill.
Right.
But you're getting these opportunities on the power play. We're not taking advantage of it. Zach, you said it earlier with Dallas. It may come back and bite you in the butt because of that.
Well, it'll come eventually on the power play. We assume.
Yeah, we hope.
Because there's so much talent offensively. You look at what they're doing on the penalty kill. They're doing this without their best penalty killer. Logan O'Connor hasn't played all year.
Right.
He's their best penalty killer.
Right.
And the fact that they're a top 5 penalty kill without him in the lineup speaks volumes to the depth of this roster overall.
Man, hey, these are fun conversations to have. They are just so elite right now. They're so elite. They're one of 2 teams, by the way, in the NHL that still has not lost at home in regulation. So taking care of business on the road, absolutely love to see it. Now they come home for a 4-game homestand against 1 West Coast team and 3 East Coasters in Anaheim, Buffalo, the Isles, and the Rangers. Okay, fun stuff, really fun stuff. Okay, the healthiest of trends in Denver sports continued over the weekend. Is it a sign that what once was is again? I'll explain what I mean on that. Also, the Broncos have Kansas City coming into town this week, and if Denver plans on knocking off the Kings of the AFC, one thing needs to get fixed and in a hurry. We'll get to all of that as we are on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app.
This week's Recovery of the Week is brought to you by Step Denver, the men's residential addiction recovery program in Lower Downtown. Our Recovery of the Week this week goes to Denver Broncos linebacker Dre Greenlaw, who was dealing with a quad injury throughout the preseason and into the regular season, came back for 1 game but got himself suspended. He returned this past week and will look to stay in the lineup for the rest of the Denver Broncos season.
And that is your Recovery of the Week, brought to you by Step Denver.
And I'm sitting down once again with Frank from Step Denver. One of the consequences I think is so common when hearing stories about addiction is financial ruin. Can you tell us how they're able to come back from that?
Most of the men who come to Step Denver have lost everything. Many are homeless, jobless, and carrying lots of debt. Addiction clouds our thinking. We stop paying bills, destroy our credit, and burn through every dollar just trying to get through the day. When you're in survival mode, things like savings, credit, and planning for the future seem impossible. But at Step Denver, we believe financial recovery is a critical part of personal recovery. Every man in our program is required to work a full-time, tax-paying job. They also save 20% of every paycheck. Over time, that adds up. When they leave the program, they have an average of $3,200 in the bank. We also teach budgeting, credit repair, and long-term planning. Our peer coaches, men who have been through it themselves, help guide the process. By the time our guys transition out, they're equipped to support themselves and their families again. For instance, when I left the program, I left with enough money to put a down payment on a nice apartment, get a vehicle of my choice, and still have a comfortable nest egg for my future.
If you are struggling with addiction or you simply want to make a donation to help the men who are calling STEP to get their life back today, please visit stepdenver.org.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. Thinking about buying a home in Colorado? You're not the only one, and now might be your best shot. We're officially in a buyer's market, which means you've got the upper hand. More homes are on the market, competition is down, and serious deals are out there just waiting to be found. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade or downsize, now's the time to get pre-approved. And American Financing can make it happen in 24 hours or less. Interest rates are competitive, and home prices have been stable. That means you can find a great deal while locking in a monthly payment that fits your budget. Plus, with home equity building over time, your investment grows, making home ownership a smart, long-term financial decision. If you continue to pay rent, you're just paying your landlord's mortgage, and you don't need 20% down. You could be in your new home with as little as 3% down. Plus, they're offering down payment assistance programs to make home ownership even easier. Call American Financing at 303-695-7000 or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Black Friday is going on now at every AutoNation store. Hurry in and save for a limited time. Buy with 0 down, plus make no payments till next year. Shop new and used cars, trucks, SUVs, even top luxury models. Drive with 0 down, plus no payments till next year. Save your cash for the holidays. Go to your nearest AutoNation store now. Limited term financing on approved credit, 90-day deferred payment. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details.
Jim, it's late in the half here at Empower Field, and things are coming down to the wire at the concession stand.
Nachos are a solid choice, but Grant needs to finish strong here.
He scans his wallet and pulls out his Broncos checking debit card for 10% off.
Wow, savvy move. And with no surprise fees, he won't regret this order.
I don't know, Jim. That's a lot of cheese. Bank like a Bronco with Broncos checking from Int Credit Union. Insured by NCUA. Membership required.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. If you find yourself in a car accident, do not tell the insurance company you are fine. They will hold that against you even if you end up with medical bills 3 months later. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law.
Need a plumber? Euro Plumbing has the lowest prices in town. Rock bottom prices on whole house repipes, sewer line repairs, even water heaters. 720-500-3000.
Joel Klatt, the nation's leading voice in college football, joins Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth every Wednesday morning. Presented by Groove Toyota.
Here we go.
Tune in at 8:10 for exclusive insight, bold analysis, and maybe just a hint of shenanigans. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter-Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, rolling downhill here on a Monday, November 10th. And it's been a really fun show thus far. We don't plan on stopping that now. All right, I want to get back into Broncos here.
Ain't no stopping us now.
Was that like Earth, Wind, and Fire? Yeah. We'll get back to Broncos here in about 12 minutes or so because it's Kansas City week and the Broncos need to figure figure something out in a hurry if they plan on knocking off the Kings of the AFC. All right. Before we do that, real quick, you want to go to Phoenix this February for the biggest party in golf? It's the Fan Flyway presented by 303 Law 4040. Jeff Bowman, you have 10 minutes to call us back at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the grand prize. 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Phoenix, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. Jeff Bowman, call us back at 303-713-1043. If you haven't already entered, you can still sign up at thefanflyway.com and make sure to listen weekdays every hour between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to hear if your name is called. Okay, we'll get to Broncos here in just a minute here. But the healthiest of trends in Denver sports continued over the weekend, all right? Is it a sign that what once was is again, all right? The heck am I talking about here?
Yeah, what are you talking about? You know you confuse me a lot.
I get it.
It takes me some time to think.
I get it. But I brought this up last week on Thursday or Friday, okay, about the discrepancy of how the Denver Nuggets handled their games at home last year compared to the year that they won the championship. And Denver won 2 more home games over the weekend to move to 6-0. Tied for the best home record of any team in the NBA, along with the Knickerbockers there in New York, who are also 6-0 at Madison Square Garden. Okay?
All right.
I brought this up a week ago, that the year that the Denver Nuggets won the championship, they lost 7 total games at home. Last year, that more than doubled to 15 home losses. They had just 2 more losses on the road than they did at home. They had gotten away from their identity of winning in Denver, making it a challenge for these teams to come in here in altitude and play. And it looks like they have gotten, I don't want to crown them yet because there's context to the teams that they've played, but you can't get better than 6-0 when you've played 6 games at home.
No, you can't. And I made this analogy earlier, and I'm going to say it again. Right now it feels different because of mom and dad in the house, right? Last year, mom and dad in the house, meaning the head coach and the people upstairs, the front office upstairs, they weren't on the same page. They were arguing. They were always fighting. The kids were probably looking at them, which is the players, saying, uh-oh, is mom and dad going to get a divorce? You end up last year getting a divorce with your head coach. This year, it seems like everybody's on the same page, from the people up top with the co-general managers to the head coach to what the players are expected to do. And so, yes, it's early, but it's fun. And you have a bunch of players that are playing at a high level, listening to David Adelman and putting it on people, no matter if it's away or home, but specifically home, where it's like home court advantage, field advantage, ice advantage.
Yep.
And you're doing your part. And that's what you love to see. But it seems like it's just a healthy atmosphere when it comes to the Denver Nuggets with the head coach, the front office, and definitely the players right now.
Well, they're not just winning at home. Okay? They're not just winning at home. They are pulverizing their opponents. Okay? And I went back and looked at it. In the 6 home wins, the Nuggets have outscored their opponents by 114 points across 6 games. Phil, they're winning by an average margin of 19 points a game. And what Jokic is doing right now, the head of the snake,
the myth, the legend.
Yeah, I mean, it's historic in every way. He is his minutes are down. That's good. His points per game are down. That's also good. We talked about this before the season started. I said best case scenario is all his numbers go down a little bit because he's not asked to do as much. He's not playing as much. And we're seeing that come to fruition. He's averaging a triple-double, 25 points, 13 rebounds, 12 assists. Phil, his 11.9 assists, essentially 12, he is averaging a full 2 assists more than the second in the NBA. I mean, it shouldn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. It shouldn't. It's not supposed to, but somehow seeing is believing.
And it comes down to this. Jokic is fresh when he's put in the game. but he's not having to do as much of the heavy lifting if he doesn't want to. Now, we know he can pour it on if he has to from the three-point line. If he has to get down and dirty, get the rebounds, he's going to do it. But everybody else around him is playing well. Cam Johnson has to get his act together and be consistent. We'll talk about that another day. I'm tired of talking about Cam Johnson. He knows what he needs to do. But everybody else around him, Jokic that is playing at a high level. They're making their shots. You know, they're smart basketball players, something that you brought up saying, hey, this is just a smarter team.
Correct.
And Jokic is now truly the coach where it's like, hey, I'm pointing to what I want you guys to do. You're making my job easier, and when it's time for me to turn it on, I'll do so.
66 assists.
Come on.
Over the weekend. 2 games. 66 assists. Guys, they lead the NBA in assists per game. That number only grew after this past weekend. And I'll tell you what, man, and this is such a big deal. It's such a big deal. And it's early, I know. But I remember this time last year going down to Ball Arena and coming back in here and talking to you and saying, this is our 3rd season together, right?
Yeah.
Our 3rd basketball season together?
3rd basketball.
I remember coming in here saying,
didn't know.
Guys, it looks like these guys don't like each other. It looks like these guys don't like being at work.
Why was that, though? Like, what was one specific thing that just kind of caught your eye?
Well, you mentioned it. When you have that much strife between your coach and your management and you're having to pick sides and you have these personalities that are cantankerous and like, how should I say, choose my words carefully here. Like this time last year, Jamal Murray was not a happy human being.
No, he wasn't.
Being at work.
That's a fact.
Russell Westbrook had entered the fold.
Watch it now.
Right? And
Here, watch it now, Zach.
And so, look, all that history's on my side, Phil. I don't have to watch anything. You have to watch it. But it just wasn't a fun place. And for years I was calling the Denver Nuggets the anti-NBA team for all these organic reasons. And they had lost a bit of that. Actually, it was last year when we were talking to Ramona Shelburne, and she had that piece on the Cold War between Michael Malone and Calvin Booth, and I remember the analogy.
And it was early. It was
early. And I remember using the analogy, and it's probably not a perfect analogy, but I remember saying the Denver Nuggets have lost their NBA what? Do you remember?
Virginity.
Yes. Good memory. I said these Nuggets have lost their that purity and innocence that they had for years. They lost, and they got caught up in the NBA stuff. And it feels like a lot of that has been flushed. This is a connected group, and when you have 66 assists over the course of a weekend, and you do not have players going into business for themselves. And I'm coaching my 7 and 8 year olds right now. We're going to start games this coming weekend, but I remember stopping practice this past week saying, dude, if you pass to him when you're supposed to, the chances when he is supposed to pass to you that it actually comes back to you go up by about 90%.
Help me help you kind of situation.
Yes, and that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing a group of players that are connected. How many times we used that damn connection word a year ago, or disconnection? We're seeing a connected group that likes each other, that like sharing the basketball, that don't go into business for themselves, that play the right way. This is the reason that I became authentically a Nuggets fan, because I'm a fan of the game of basketball more than any player or team. But for years, to be a fan of the game was to be a fan of the Nuggets. And they lost a little bit of that this past year and a half. I feel it coming back.
Well, the only way it's going to come back is if everybody's on the same page. That means Jamal Murray. That means Aaron Gordon when they're back and they're healthy. And that means your bench. And now for the Denver Nuggets, something that they have now, and it's going to get better as time goes on, is they do have a bench. Those non-Jokic minutes, they're not going to be as bad as they were last year. As long as Tim Hardaway Jr. is on, Val's doing his part, Val Nucciunas is doing his part, and you can get some love from Julian Strawther and a couple other players that come off the bench. But what it's looking like is a team that understands what they need to do, understands that the ultimate goal is to play team basketball and win a damn championship. Now, of course, you got to stay healthy, and you have to stay organically connected. Do you think that there, in any situation where this team can kind of be pulled apart,
Yes, there is. I think there is scenarios, but I don't even want to talk about them because I'm not seeing any of that right now.
And that's why, exactly, like for me, it's like it's hard. And the reason I asked you that is because it's hard to see that.
Yep.
Because it seems like there's a bunch of players that understands their role, a bunch of veterans that have been there before, that have played in the finals. That it's like, okay, this team is going to be hard to have that disconnection, and they're only going to get stronger as time goes on.
Well, I love to see it. I really do. And let me give a quick shout out here to young Payton Watson, who is still only 23 years old.
Well, there's some people that's doing our job that have already give away all their stock.
Who's that?
This is Josh and Cease.
No. If they're selling their stock on Payton Watson, no, that'd be a mistake. He's 23 years old, and last night he gets to start. He erased Pascal Siakam from the game.
You see that wind up?
The way I did. That was so serious. And that's the plus athleticism that I'm talking about. There's one guy like that on this roster, and it's Payton Watson. But they started him last night. And defensively, Payton Watson, I mean, he is their best on-ball defender I think that they have, or among the top two. But he erases Pascal Siakam, for all intents and purposes, from the game, the way that PS2 would take away DK Metcalf. But he goes for 16 points. All right. The game before that against Golden State, he scores in double figures again. The game before that, he pulled down 10 rebounds and had 3 blocks. Okay, so I'm watching a player who didn't get an extension.
There you go.
Who's got every reason in the world to be NBA upset and be pouty, and the kid's been a consummate professional, and he has not been a consummate professional through his Nuggets existence. He's been called out on that, but I'm watching a young man make the right career decision of, okay, I didn't get the bag. How do I respond? And I'm just, I really like what I'm seeing.
It's surrounding yourself with good people. AG has kind of took Payton Watson under his wing, and he hung out with him a lot during the offseason.
Yep.
We were at Broncos camp. AG and Payton Watson are together. You're at the Colorado Buffalo game. Aaron Gordon, Payton Watson are together. When they're doing one-on-one training, or they're together working on their craft, they're together. And that shows you that Payton Watson's like, hey, I'm latching on to a guy who has done this before, one of the leaders on the team, a guy that's have done well with shooting. All of a sudden, he wakes up, and now Aaron Gordon can shoot the hell out of the three-point ball. So let me latch on to this man and soak up all the information I can and how to be a pro's pro. And that's exactly what Payton Watson's doing, and it's showing on the court.
Great recall from the offseason, attaching himself to AG. Forgot about that. Love it. More attachment to Aaron Gordon, less of Gilbert Arenas. This is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive. Woo! Rolling downhill hour 4 like it's nothing. Here on a Monday, really fun show, flying by. And I want to shift gears. Good conversation with the Denver Nuggets. Really healthy conversation with the Denver Nuggets. 7-2 after 9. I think all of us would have signed up for that.
Keep rolling.
Yep, a little 3-game road trip here that begins tomorrow night. Nuggets and Avs tomorrow night. By the way, let me just get ahead of this one, and then we'll get back to Broncos. I can't believe this is true. The Nuggets will tip off after 9 p.m. here locally tomorrow night.
That's crazy, man.
Just shoot me. Just like, what are we doing? It's on Peacock. They're doing the NBA coast-to-coast thing. That means where half the nation lives, 47% anyway, on the East Coast, this game will start after 11 o'clock at night. It is what it is. Can't control it. But, yeah, late start. So the Avs will be on national TV tomorrow, playing a phenomenal Anaheim team. That'll be puck dropping between 7:30, really probably 7:45 and 8, somewhere right in there, 7:52 or whatever they say.
Who's the biggest and who's the baddest? That's what we're going to find out tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. That's going to be really fun. And then later in the evening, you're going to have Nuggets and Kings, a team that they have beaten, but that was their one home game that they haven't won by double figures, was the game against Sacramento. And that was the one game that I bet. Go figure. Okay. The Broncos have Kansas City coming into town this week. And if Denver plans on knocking off the Kings of the AFC, one thing needs to change in a hurry. You guys could probably guess it from a mile away. It's Bo Nix, and the offense has to get better. Bo Nix right now, in terms of his rank among his peers, his quarterback peers, he's 20th in yards per game. Don't look at total yards because not everyone's had a bye and others have. 20th in yards per game. He, and this is the most disturbing to me, he is 35th in the NFL in completion percentage. There are not 35 teams in the NFL, meaning backups have come in and been more accurate with the football than Bo Nix has. All right, so he's 35th in completion. He's 27th in quarterback rating. He is 18th in QBR. By every metric, basically, in professional football, he is a bottom half of the league. Quarterback right now on paper, in most of these stats, it's bottom third on paper. Unfortunately, the paper matches up with the eye test.
He's definitely has taken a step back from last year. Like, literally, when you're watching the games, the stats are showing it, his play is showing it, and something has to give. For Bo Nix, he has to try to figure out who he is as a quarterback moving forward, what works for him. He has to figure out how he can stay calm in the pocket and not be as unsettled so that he can make those accurate passes. Now, of course, and we talked about it before, everybody else around him has to do their job, and they have to help him out by catching the ball, by making plays, all that. This is a team sport. But for Bo Nix specifically, he has to be better if you're going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. You have to be better if you're going to win a playoff game. And if you have aspirations of winning a Super Bowl, your quarterback has to be right. And right now, Bo Nix is not right. But he can get right by beating the Kansas City Chiefs and doing it his way, a game-winning drive, or maybe it doesn't come down to it, but just completing the passes and making the plays when they're there.
You think about Bo that went into Arrowhead last year and outdueled Patrick Mahomes.
I missed that, Bo.
That happened. That actually happened. In Arrowhead, outplaying Mahomes. Game-winning drive. We know what happened with Forsythe and all this stuff. But it's just, it's not impossible, but it's hard for me to imagine Bo going into Arrowhead. I know the game's in Denver this weekend, but Bo going into Arrowhead and replicating that performance based on what we've seen here. I mean, it just, it has really regressed, okay? And the problem is, it's not just in general regression, although it is, but it's getting worse during the season. It's not improving. And so it's going the wrong way in real time here. And it's concerning. And I don't, the Broncos are 8-2. That's what's most important. But I don't think you're doing this job the right way and being authentic if you're having these conversations and dismissing the offense. It almost like you don't watch the games, because to watch the games is to be frustrated, and it is, in my opinion, to be concerned.
It's very concerning when your offense is not putting up points and your offense puts up 10 points on the Raiders, who are now 2-7. 10 points on the Raiders, who shouldn't be even close to you at home. So things have to get right. And we had the segment earlier, the first segment of the day. It starts with getting your number one receiver involved in Cortland Sutton. It starts with targeting him a little bit more than you would target someone like Troy Franklin or even Pat Bryant. Like, get your number one receiver going, and good things will happen. You're consistent. Just move the chains. And then it goes from there. For Bo Nix, can you set your feet? Can you step into your throw? Can you find a way to make that accurate pass even when you're on the run? The one thing I love about Bo still is when he is on the run or tries to get out the pocket, he's looking downfield, which is good. But sometimes it's like, hey, just run. Pick up that first down or the second first down, get some rhythm going, and then pick up the passes later on or make that pass later on. It's about sustaining drives. So I'm watching film, Zach, and I'm like, what's going on with Bo? And there's only one thing I could think of, and it's Bo is in shotgun way too much when under center's working. And for a running back, and maybe I'm
biased?
A little bit biased, because as a running back, it's easier to run the ball when you're under center because you're getting downhill. Now, of course, some running backs like the shotgun. That's what they did in college. But for me, I was that old school, get downhill, one cut, get vertical, try to break a tackle. But it also sets up your play action. You can do play action better from the center just because of how it times out. And then for the passes, for a quarterback, so I've been in the rooms when the quarterback coaches are talking about the timing, and timing's a little bit easier when you're under center because usually you'll do that 5-step drop. When you're in the shotgun, you speed up your process, and that's exactly what's happening with Bo Nix. Is he's speeding up his process? The timing's off with Troy Franklin or Cortland Sutton, and now it looks bad. So if I'm Sean, I'm going back to under center for a little bit more and building off the play action that way.
Well, you covered a lot of ground there. I want to put some flesh on the skeleton there that you referenced about the getting away from Sutton, because our audience is always changing, and you may have not heard the segment. And we actually had a listener reach out and put this on our radar last week in a way that I didn't. It was a Nick in Inglewood who texted in RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. The offense has gone from bad to worse, and while that's happening, they've gone away from Cortland Sutton. Okay, in the last 5 games, Cortland Sutton has 29 targets. Troy Franklin has 41. Okay, and I don't think if I did the old man on the street and walked around Mile High as people are tailgating, like, hey, who leads the Broncos in targets? I think 9 out of every 10 people would say Sutton.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Court.
It's Franklin. Okay, and in the last 5 weeks, the gap in targets between Franklin and Sutton has only widened. Okay, despite the connection between Franklin and Nix never been worse than it is right now. It is statistically the worst quarterback to downfield receiver connection in pro football right now. Okay, but they're increasing the frequency that they're trying it, and it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So in the last 5 games that they've really targeted Franklin more, where his targets start with a 4 and Sutton starts with a 2, Sutton has still outperformed Franklin, 225 yards to 175. In the last 5 games, Troy Franklin has been targeted on average of 8 times. So he's getting like number 1 type of looks.
Which is insane because it's like he's still battling to be a number 2 receiver, but you're getting 8 targets a game. Crazy.
Yeah, and he's producing on those 8 targets per game, 35 yards per game. Sutton's targets have gone down to 6 per game, so 2 less in the last 5 games than Troy Franklin, yet he's producing 10 more yards per game with the less targets. So as Sean Payton's looking under the hood of this offense and like, okay, where are some of these adjustments? That would be one that's like, for me, like right there at the top of the list. Start getting back to your 4-year, $92 million wide receiver who is top 10 in team history in yards, receptions, and touchdowns, who's still in the middle of his prime, coming off maybe his best year ever. Like, let's maybe start featuring that guy a little bit more instead of leaning into the Troy. And I'm not saying get Troy Franklin out of the game. Like, please, no one hear me wrong. I'm saying get back to basics and keep the main thing the main thing.
You're not taking Troy Franklin out of the game. You're going to help Troy Franklin out by targeting Cortland more because now all eyes go on Court. So get Cortland involved. And it's going to help this pass game out. It's going to help us stay on the field a little bit longer. And it's going to help the run game out. Because if you're catching balls outside, it's going to open up the run game for you because now, like we talk about with the run game, now a defense has to put a guy back there, and now it's a less box. Now you don't have as many guys trying to tackle you, and you have a bigger explosive run because of it. So get back to the basics like you just got done saying and start there. And then you build from there with Bo Nix with the fundamentals of just drop back, all right, setting the feet, stepping into his throw, and being accurate.
In terms of what you said, man, they're just running way too, or not running, but they're operating the offense way too much out of shotgun.
Yeah.
I heard Dan Orlovsky bring this up over the weekend and actually put a number to it. Listen to Dan Orlovsky talking about what's wrong with the Broncos offense.
The Broncos offense lead the NFL in penalties. They have 83 penalties offensively. It's been the case the whole season. It's hampered any form of efficiency. And an offense that's not very explosive, it's a problem. Number 2, the quarterback's feet are an absolute mess. They have been all season long. The feet look anxious. They look frantic. That has been the story since week 1. And the why is maybe attached to they're in the gun when they're throwing the ball 86% of the time. They're in the shotgun way too much. And the reality is its accuracy is really built from the ground up. It's hard to develop accuracy and timing and rhythm when you're in the gun because it's really difficult to marriage the timing of the route or the concept because it's just catch and throw. So they got to fix the penalties. They got to get the quarterback's feet way more settled, and they got to get under center way more.
All right. So I watched the Bronco game, so I know they do a lot of shotgun. Yeah. I didn't realize almost 90%. I mean, that's and
every time they step, sorry guys, every time they step foot out of that huddle, it's shotgun, and that can't happen because one, we know Sean likes to pass the ball. Two, it's just harder. It's a different type of run for a running back. So now that you're trying to mirror this pass-run concept,
right,
it's harder to do than if you would do it under center.
Sure.
Even with they call it the mesh, where the quarterback fakes the ball. That's so important with the play action. That's not the case when you're in shotgun. It's hard to do that.
Yeah, and we've seen someone like Aaron Rodgers for years master that
yes.
play action fake. And Brady was great at it. So, yeah, it's problematic. It's problematic. And Chad on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043, it says, Zach, I do have to say Bo is amongst league leaders in touchdown passes this year, so it's not fair to say across the board that he's at the bottom. No, so you're bringing up a point that we actually brought up on Friday. Was it Friday? When we brought up Russell Wilson stats?
Yeah, yep, Friday.
So what's happening right now with the Broncos and Bo Nix specifically is that if you're just looking at his touchdown total, it can be deceiving. Through 10 games, Russell Wilson had more touchdown passes than Bo did right now, but the offense stunk. When you would have people around the country say, but look at the numbers, he's got the same amount of touchdowns as Pat Mahomes. That's true. I'm not here to take away. But when you watch the offense, it's a bad offense. So I put more stock in the Denver Broncos having more 3-and-outs than the 1-win Titans do this year than I do his touchdown total. Because the touchdown total can be schemed up. It can misrepresent.
It's not going to tell the full story. You have to watch the games. And if you're watching the games right now, you know it's a bad offense out there. Statistically for Bo Nix, he looks great. But that's why you have to watch these games. Stats are not always going to tell the truth. That's even with running backs going for 1,000 yards. It comes down to, do you feel them? And right now, when you talk about Bo Nix, are you feeling him in a positive way? Do you feel like Bo Nix is taking that next step into, if you don't think he's a franchise quarterback, into being that franchise quarterback? When you look at these games, do you feel like Bo Nix is the reason why we're winning the games? You have to ask yourself that, and then you go from there, because stats are not going to always tell you the full truth of what's going on in that football field.
Yeah, so to that texter, Chad, I am not purposefully omitting his touchdown totals. We've just already talked about it. And so, when you look at a quarterback who is 35th in completion percentage, being accurate with the ball as a quarterback, big deal. It's fallen off a cliff, all right? And that's the raw numbers. I like mixing raw numbers, eye test, and some advanced numbers. Now, I don't want to get too bogged down with this, okay? But I think it's worth mentioning. And Andrew Mason wrote about this at DenverSports.com. Success rate. I brought up success rate. I forget why earlier in the season. The game of football, it's all about context, like a lot of things in life. And so a 1-yard run from Phillip Lindsay on first down is not good. A 1-yard run from Phillip Lindsay on 4th and 1 or in 1 yard to goal to go, we're celebrating, because every play in the game of football, you're trying to reach a different objective. So to just look at, raw numbers, it sometimes doesn't add up. So success rate, I really like success rate because it takes that context into account. It's pretty easy. Pro Football Reference defines success rate as what you're actually trying to do. So on first down, you're trying to achieve 40% of the yards required. On second down, 60% of the yards. And then on third down or fourth down, 100% of it. So Bo Nix' success rate in the last 5 weeks is the lowest 5-week success rate of his career since the opening 5 games last season. So we're essentially seeing first-year September rookie Bo Nix. More problematic. The most recent 2 games are the lowest 2-game success rate of Nix's career.
Yeah.
Lower success rate than the first 2 games of the season last year when he didn't throw a touchdown in either, and he threw 4 interceptions
he was struggling
in the first 2 games. By success rate, this is as bad as it's been. And so...
Okay, Zach, so then now what? Say this continues to happen, because it seems like it's a trend right now for Bo Nix in the offense. Would there ever be a situation where Sean says, look, you're struggling, we have to do better, I'm gonna sit your butt down for a little while until you can just relax.
Yeah.
Then we'll put you back in there. So you can call it a bench, or you can call it just taking a break for a second, so that you can see the game differently. Because Elway said it helped him out when they benched him, and I know they benched him the first year. It wasn't the second year where Elway went crazy, but the first year, and Elway said that helped him see the game differently. Everybody sees the game differently when you're young and you're a quarterback and you're developing. But would there ever be a situation as we get deeper into the season where your defense is the one holding you up? And not only is the defense holding you up, now they're feeling like in order for us to win these games, we have to stop an offense from scoring 12 points, and we may have to score touchdowns ourselves, which is hard to do for a defense.
Sure.
So, like, for Sean, which you're the head coach, not an offensive coordinator, you're a head coach, you need to do what's best for the team. Would there ever be a scenario what's best for the team is letting Bo sit for a second?
Ooh.
Blow some steam.
Man, would there ever be a scenario? I mean, there could be, you know, and it could be like to the actual details of what you're saying. Like, could it be best for the team if he ever sits? Like, yes, that could be a scenario where it is at a certain point in time. I'm not saying right now, but to answer your question, there could be, of course, there could be a scenario where it would be best for the team. Is there a scenario where we actually see that? Man, I will believe it when I see it. I mean, it's next to 0% that Sean Payton is ever going to sit down Bo, even if he is underwater drowning. And
well, he's already underwater drowning. He needs help. The team, like his players around him, have to do better. We know that they're dropping too many balls. Sean needs to help him out by probably running the ball a little bit more and taking some pressure off of him.
Agreed.
But also, you've said it before, for Bo, you are the quarterback. You have to make the plays. There are plays to be made, and you're not making them. All right, any other scenario out there in the football world, that quarterback is being benched. If the Denver Broncos aren't 8-2 and they're losing because of the offense, my guessing is on another team, you're making a change.
Oh, man.
But you're not doing that because you're 8-2 and you're able to cover it up. But when is it fair to the? When is it going to be a situation where you're trying to be fair to the defense and give the team a chance to move on if Bo Nix cannot get right? I'm not saying bench Bo right now, because he like I believe he's our franchise quarterback. But even franchise quarterbacks at times need a chance to just sit back and really watch what's going on in front of them when they're struggling.
I'll say this. One, I disagree that franchise quarterbacks sometimes need a seat.
Okay. Peyton needed a seat. We knew he was a franchise quarterback.
Peyton Manning?
Yeah.
Oh, in 2015? Yeah. Okay. I guess if you want to say that, and I will personally never believe that he was healthy.
Yeah.
And I think he was going through stuff. But that's a unique example of someone in the last year of their career, and after 4 neck surgeries, and taking him out of the mix for a bit. No, that's a good one. I didn't think of that. Different that it's at the very end of a career.
Yeah.
This is where we were hoping that Bo Nix would start to continue to grow and develop.
And maybe he is growing and developing. Sometimes developing, it doesn't always look like positive and
sure.
like what you want it to look like. Sometimes you need to have this setback so that you can grow from it. Everybody grows differently. Like, you need these setbacks. You need losses in your life.
Sure. No,
for you to grow.
I agree with this. I'm trying to, and I totally understand why you're asking the question, and I think there's merit why you're asking the question. But I'm trying to live in reality. That would take Sean Payton. Oh, man. I use this phrase through the years, swallowing the jagged pill of humility. It's something I came up with stealing from Atlantis Morissette, the Jagged Little Pill album from the early 90s. But the jagged pill of humility is it's being humbled. And that's a hard pill to swallow. Sean's jagged pill of humility in this department, if he ever were to bench Bo, it would be the size of a grapefruit. And I don't know how he would get that down. He is so prideful and has such an ego and a belief, in Bo. I don't know. I mentioned this earlier, but I think it, and I don't know what would be more realistic. I have a guess. Sean giving up play calling or him benching Bo, I actually think it'd be like almost more likely that Sean gave up play calling, which I think is impossible here.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I can believe, like, I can go with that one because Sean, even in Bo Nix struggling, Sean has schemed up some open plays that Bo Nix did not connect on. So for Sean, it's like, hey, I'm setting you up for success, and yet you're not executing.
Yeah.
Like, that's hard for him to be able to, like, well, I'm going to give you play calling duties when my plays are working.
Right.
Whereas for Bo, it's like, you're not doing what you need to do. Let's start by setting your feet. Your process of wherever you go first is stepping into your throw. It's certain things like that are going to help Bo Nix out where he's just flooded. He's just, I don't know, man. It's concerning knowing that you need this quarterback to be ready for the playoffs, and we're closer to the end of the season than the beginning.
Yeah.
And you still look like this.
Yeah.
And your defense is the reason why you're winning these games. It's some fourth quarter magic.
Yeah, correct. And man, I shudder to think if this was like the 9th best defense and not the first, because the margin for errors it's so thin and it's razor thin in these games. The conversation, and I just want to be clear about a couple things here because I'm already seeing the reaction on the RamosLaw.com text line. In no way, shape, or form is Phil saying Bo needs to be benched.
No.
What he said was, if this continues and it continues to trend and get worse, which it currently is, it's not getting better, it's getting worse, and it starts to cost the Broncos some games, and you have a very special, rare defense that's got their hands on their hips looking at the offense going, how much longer? You know, things could be problematic. And to think that that couldn't happen is naive. Thankfully, it has not. But, yeah.
You're either getting better or you're getting worse.
And Bo's getting worse here.
And nothing stays the same.
Yeah, Bo's getting worse. Now, it doesn't mean he can't get better on Sunday. You know, it's a huge opportunity, and we've seen him succeed and thrive in this matchup.
I'm just asking the question. I believe that Bo is going to be fine as time goes on. He's young. He's in year 2. But also, you're in this window where your defense is playing at a historic level. And we're not promised next year for this defense to be the same, especially if VJ leaves or a couple other players leave or they get hurt. We've been, knock on wood, a healthy football team. And yet, offensively, we have not been good. And it starts with the quarterback.
Yeah. And again, just to emphasize, it's getting worse in real time.
Yeah.
So, and then real quick, just a house cleaning on the me bringing up the Russell Wilson stats. Someone says, you know, Russell's stats didn't matter because they sucked. Bo's stats matter because they're 8-2. Nah, I mean you're missing it here. What I was saying is, Russell Wilson had better stats, more touchdowns, and half of the interceptions through 10 games under Sean Payton in 2023 than Bo has through 10 games right now. Less touchdowns, double the picks for Bo. That season, Sean looked at Russell Wilson and said, I literally can't be your coach. So I'm saying that to say it's not just about touchdown totals. Does that deserve to get mentioned? I think it does for sure. But they can be deceiving because people in 2023 were holding up Russell Wilson stats next to Patrick Mahomes and saying, look what Russ is doing. But when you watch the games, it's told a whole different story. So you could put a microscope over the touchdowns and obsess over it and let it tell the story, or you can take a step back and have some context to say, wait, 35th in the NFL in completion percentage when it's a league of 32?
It's not good enough. Like, at the end of the day, the defense is the reason why we're winning. Offense has been bad. Bo Nix has been bad. And you know how I am with with Bo.
Proud of you today.
It's the truth. I mean, you gotta stay true. And what I'm seeing out there is a quarterback that is nervous, a quarterback that's not accurate with the football, a quarterback that's struggling. So we have to help this young quarterback out. Running the ball, simplifying things a little bit more, going under center, doing whatever we can to get this offense going because the defense will not last if we continue to count on the defense to get turnovers, to get sacks, and now we're telling them to score touchdowns? Come on.
Yeah. More 3-and-outs than the 1-8 Titans.
Come on.
I mean, it's got a long way to go. Hopefully, they are working hard this week to try to fix this because it does need fixing. It does. Okay, it was a crazy day in the NFL yesterday What were some of our biggest takeaways, and what was the biggest ripple effects from yesterday on the Denver Broncos? That's coming up next.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is on a mission to feed families this holiday season, and we need your help. As part of our Fill the Truck campaign, we'll be collecting canned goods and non-perishable food items to benefit the Food Bank of the Rockies November 19th, 20th, and 21st. So stop by the Walmart Supercenter in Highlands Ranch near C470 in Quebec from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and help us fill the truck for those in need. Head to denversports.com/truck for more info. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that. And third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store. Start with Stable.
What is up, guys? Happy Monday. Phillip Lindsay here, and I want to tell you about my new obsession, and that's with Daisy's French Onion Dip. One of my guilty pleasures during football season is sitting back, relaxing, eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching any big-time game. And guys, now that Daisy's has come out with a delicious Daisy French Onion Dip, along with a Daisy Ranch Dip, these are definitely game changers that you're going to want to try out. They're as delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you're going to find in your own kitchen. So if you want to be blown away like I was, then you need to give Daisy's French Onion Dip a try today. You can find Daisy's French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
These days, losing weight is such a roller coaster. You try the new medications, and when you stop taking them, you gain it all back.
Today is a new day.
Today is a new day.
Let Soda Weight Loss teach you the healthy, natural way to let go of the weight for good.
Do you know how good it feels to let go of 51 pounds of belly fat? And I did it without drugs, shots, or hunger. Because Soda Weight Loss works. Just look at all the Google reviews and all the thousands of before and after pictures.
For a limited time, 2 people can start with Soda Weight Loss for the price of 1.
What does that mean? It's more fun?
Double the motivation, double the results, half the cost.
The best decision I've made in a long time was just to call Soda Weight Loss.
Take advantage of Soda Weight Loss 2-for-1 partner program. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com. Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Black Friday is going on now at every AutoNation store. Hurry in and save for a limited time. Buy with 0 down. Plus, make no payments till next year. Shop new and used cars, trucks, SUVs, even top luxury models. Drive with 0 down. Plus, no payments till next year. Save your cash for the holidays. Go to your nearest AutoNation store now. Limited term financing on approved credit. 90-day deferred payment. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. Imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids are going to grow, new memes will come out, but also, what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Well, thanks to Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you actually don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most, that finds and fixes any issues before you even notice them. It's like a super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from threats online. Plus, you get incredible gaming speeds on multiple devices with no one battling for bandwidth. For the next 5 years, all your devices are going to be working in perfect harmony, and you get our best equipment with no annual contracts, no fees, no strings attached. So even though your kids will grow up and you still won't understand what 6-7 means, your internet will stay sharp, reliable, and most importantly, the price will stay put. All with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only.
If you don't think doing a quick and free check of your finances is worth it, let me share this recent customer story. Jason and Barbara H. from Denver called us wanting to see if they could save money. Credit was okay and there was a good amount of debts. Their fear was another lender they went to first, shame on them, told them yes in the beginning and then denied them during the process. When they called us, we not only approved the loan, we saved them $3,900 a month.
What? $3,900 a month?
Yes, this couple just saved $3,900 a month by calling U.S. Mortgages. And best of all, with our lowest rate for life guarantee, if the market improves in the future, even as little as 0.5%, they can redo the loan and increase their savings further without any lender or appraisal fees. You could be our next success story. Call 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Man, it was a crazy day in the National Football League yesterday. And I'll tell you, man, this is why we love that league. This is why we love it, a day like yesterday. And we'll talk about some of the biggest ripple effects on the Denver Broncos when they had their feet up. We'll do that here in about 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Hey, you want to go to Phoenix this February for the biggest party in golf? It's the Fan Flyway presented by 303 Law 4040. Cesar Alvarado, you have 10 minutes to call us back at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the grand prize, which is 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Phoenix, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. Cesar Alvarado, call us back at 303-713-1043. If you haven't already entered, you can still sign up at thefanflyway.com and make sure to listen weekdays every hour between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to hear if your name is called. Imagine that would be like someone like Mike Evans saying your name on the radio, friends texting you. You have a decision who you're going to take to Phoenix with you and spend this money. I mean, it's just really,
hey, life is good.
Really cool to whoever ultimately wins that prize. Okay, crazy day in the NFL yesterday. Bills lose at Miami. They don't just get beat, they get beat like a drum.
Did you take that jersey back?
I did not take the jersey back.
No.
I did not.
Did you wipe your butt with it?
I did.
Run out of toilet paper.
Nope. Actually, although I didn't expect that sort of result, although it was really nice to see the Kansas City win a week ago, that really helped the Broncos. But I've been telling you on and off the air, like this Bills team, man, they have been misrepresented as a bully. They're not a bully. They're not. And my guess is that football team will be going on the road when the NFL playoffs start.
But you know what? It's still the Bills. It's still Josh Allen. That team that's going to have to play them, they're going to still be nervous as hell having to try to beat Buffalo.
Sure. Yeah, no, they come with challenges, but man, that defense is not good. They don't have elite playmakers. James Cook, I think, is one.
Yeah.
But they didn't even try running the ball yesterday. And their receivers on the outside, they tried to trade for Waddle. Turns out we find that out. It just is what it is. So Bills lose yesterday. So big-time sequence for the Broncos. The Bills help out Denver last week by putting Kansas City in a further hole in the AFC West, but then turn around and lose to a non-playoff contending Dolphins team. So that, I think, inadvertently and indirectly helps the Broncos. You have a team like your former team, Indianapolis.
Whew.
Man, what a football game yesterday with the Falcons. I know the Falcons aren't a great football team, but I watched every down of that game. Highly entertaining. And your former teammate, Jonathan Taylor, is a special player.
He's a beast, Zach, and what he's doing is like, wow, you're getting older, but you're getting better. You're obviously healthy. When I was there, JT wasn't healthy. He continued to try to push back, push the play, and he would hurt something else. It wasn't until I was like, Jay, you gotta relax, man. Like, you're gonna get your contract. You're that good. The Colts are not giving you away. But I know you're trying to be out there for yourself, but also for the team. But you're hurting the team if you can't go out there and produce. Well, this year is different. My man's going into games saying, I'm going to score 3 touchdowns and go over 100 yards. I'm going to do whatever it takes to win these games. The Colts are another hot team in the NFL. They beat the Denver Broncos, and they're just they're doing it. And what's so like crazy about it is that Irsay's daughters are running the team now. And Jim Irsay, who was the owner before passing away, his daughter was always out there with the headsets on during the games.
Is that right?
Oh, all the time with the headset on, listening to what the coaches are saying. She was always out there during practice because Jim Irsay was gonna at some point give it over to her.
Yeah.
Which now it's hers and the sisters, and they're doing a great job and they're winning games. That's the Colts we're talking about.
Yeah, really interesting little factoid there.
Yeah.
Going back to your time in Indianapolis. What else here? The Chargers keep pace on Sunday Night Football by beating the Steelers. The Patriots continue to look the part. They go into Tampa Bay and beat a pretty good Bucs team that came in with a 6-2 record. And Drake May, while he wasn't perfect, gosh, don't let perfection be the enemy of really freaking good. Drake May is having some sort of sophomore season.
Yeah, it's fun to watch for Drake May, and this is where when it comes down to like having somebody that cares and loves you up, having somebody, a coach that's good at his job and has a vision for you and the team, and that's something that Vrabel has. He's a tough coach. He's going to make sure his defense is going. He's going to make sure his offense understands what's going on, and of course for Drake May, he's understanding the game plan with Josh McDaniels being the offensive coordinator over there.
And how about Travion Henderson, who the Broncos could have had? I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Just saying it.
I mean, he goes for 147 yards on the ground off 14 carries, 10.5 yards per carry. He's been really good.
Speed kills. When you have speed in the league, you can't coach that. You either have it or you don't. And for Travion Henderson, he has it. 14 carries, 147 yards.
Had the 69-yard run. He's looking over at his coaching staff in real time while he runs away from the defense, asking the coaching staff, is it cool if I score here? I mean, I haven't seen that all too often. The Giants blow another double-digit lead. 0-4 this season when having a double-digit lead. That's what gets a coach fired. That happened earlier today to Brian Daboll. And I'll tell you, and we started talking about this a week or two ago, the Baltimore Ravens are coming. They've won 3 in a row. Lamar's back. The team is getting healthy. I think they're going to be in the playoffs. They may have to go on the road initially, so a team like Denver could be looking across a team like Baltimore. If things continue to trend this way, that's a very realistic first-round matchup.
And we're going to have to give a shout-out to the Bears. The Bears are finding ways to win games. 6-3.
That's
Ben
crazy.
Johnson, you know, old former offensive coordinator for Detroit.
Yep.
Is now the head coach of the Chicago Bears, and he's doing a great job, and his team is finding ways to win.
And it just goes to show you how much coaching matters, because there is no chance in hell that the Bears are 6-3 with Matt Eberflus. None. 0. And so, man, good for them. Good for that fan base. They've been looking for a franchise quarterback since, I don't know, Sid Luckman, literally. Maybe Jim McMahon. But a lot of times they won in spite of him. You have how about this for a stat for you? The Panthers were favored yesterday by 5.5 points, hosting New Orleans. They lose outright. The Panthers have now lost in 11 consecutive games where they have been favored favored, 11 straight losses when they're supposed to win. That is a new NFL record.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad, Panthers. Come on. You
Man.
got to be better than that.
And then how good are the Seahawks? This team is top 10 in almost every statistical category that the game of football has to offer. I mean, just crazy. Crazy. All right. And then the Lions. They're not going anywhere either. Hung 44 on the Commanders.
Just a new offensive coordinator in Dan Campbell.
Yeah. We'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. All right. Dion and the Buffs are officially out of bowl contention after their third straight loss. But we saw something on Saturday that was much better. And in that process was simultaneously not a good look. We'll explain next.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 1043 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
What's going on, fellas? Life is good in the sports world. The Denver Broncos are 8-2, the Colorado Avalanche are dominating, and so are the Denver Nuggets. But you know what? Life may not be good in that bedroom. If you're dealing with ED, then you need to go get it treated because ED is an intimacy destroyer. And research shows that men can draw away from their partners when ED affects their sex life. And the conditions can cause stress, anxiety, depression, and even worse, a man's partner can even blame themselves when ED becomes the problem. Well, I'm here to tell you that at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, their treatments are going to work when the pills and herbals fail you. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%, and some of these treatments can have you last an hour or even more. So all I want you to do is schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today. Your initial visit is only $99, and this will include a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, AT and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if the test dose does not work in the office, gentlemen, the visit is absolutely free. They also have 5 locations out there to serve you. So there are no excuses. Go get treated. You can go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. So give them a call today at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now, the company's changed. Or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So, what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
Red Rock Roofing.
Red Rock Roofing stands for greatness, which is why their free inspection videos offer you valuable knowledge and peace of mind about your Red Rock roof. Red Rock roofers use only the finest roofing materials on the market, installing roofs that'll stand up to all Colorado weather, and they'll even upgrade you to impact-resistant shingles at no cost. Call 720-735-ROOF. Visit redrockroofing.com.
Red Rock Roofing, standing for greatness.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here for 5280 Exteriors. Receive $1,000 off every 10 windows you purchase and receive a $100 grocery gift card to contribute to your Thanksgiving festivities. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Are you one of those people who dread going to the dentist? If so, have you tried sedation dentistry? Learn more about sedation dentistry at coloradosedation.com. Sit back, relax, and dream with the most experienced sedation dentist and staff at Clarkson Dental.
Hey, it's Mike Evans with Todd Whalen from Advanced Tax Solutions. Todd, the government is shut down, the IRS is shut down, but what does that mean for folks who are dealing with the IRS?
Yeah, Mike, it's big news. The IRS has been laying off people again. So my advice right now really would be to take care of the problem while nobody's looking, especially if you have unfiled tax returns. It's better to just kind of slip them in right now when nobody's looking. A lot less scrutiny. And so now's the time to get in and, save yourself the stress. The slower they move, the better job we can do and the better outcome you're going to have. But if they're hot and heavy on your back, that's not the time to take care of a tax problem. So for your own peace of mind and sanity, if you have unfiled tax returns, give us a call today.
There he is, Todd Whalen, with over 30 years of experience helping people with their IRS issues. Please take advantage of what he can do for you. Call Advanced Tax Solutions 303-753-6040.
This is Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. If you've been injured in an accident, you want Wilhite. Colorado drivers know that when they're hit, we hit back harder. Get your free case review right now. Just call 303-GOOD-LAW today or visit WilhiteWins.com and win big with Wilhite.
Colorado hears the score. Groove Toyota has over 25 used vehicles priced under $10,000. That's right, dependable cars, trucks, and SUVs you can drive home today without breaking the bank. Just like game day, timing is everything. These deals won't last long, and when the clock runs out, they're gone. Groove Toyota is all in on Colorado, all in on value, and all in on getting you back in the game. So make your move. Groove Toyota on Broadway in Inglewood, or shop GrooveToyota.com. Groove Toyota, all in on Colorado all season long.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, final segment here on a Monday. Really fun show, man. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. Joining us here, friend of the show, hosting Denver Sports tonight, Chad Andrus is with us here on a Monday evening. What up, Chad?
This is like a back-to-back for me. Like Friday and Monday.
Yeah.
Like dominating.
Like the Nuggets and the Avs over the weekend.
Yeah. Hey, if as long as we keep winning, baby.
Hey, real quick, and then I want to shift gears because Chad specifically is here. But Buffs lose 29-22 to West Virginia. News flash to Phillip Lindsay and the rest of the fan base. The floor for the team was not 6-6.
Oh, here you go. I told you so.
Narrator, the floor was not 6-6. But I'll say this on a positive note. Julian Lewis looked really good, and I'm just confused. He goes 22 of 35, 299 yards, 2 touchdowns. I couldn't help it. I'm asking, what the hell were you guys doing? How could you continue to roll out Caden Salter game after game, even go to Ryan Staub before going to your, 5-star quarterback?
Yeah, I don't get it either. Now, I understand rolling with Caden Salter early.
Sure.
Right? 5th year, senior,
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
But then when things started to go haywire, go to your young quarterback that needs reps, that needs the help so that he's ready for the future. And yet you don't do it, and then you finally do it, and you look bad because he does well. It's great that he's going to be here next year. Hopefully he's here to help you win some games. But it's like, man, you could have got him more reps if you would have put him in early.
Well, Chad, you got a thought on this?
Well, I mean, he was 17 years old when they started playing the season, so, you understand that. But I think this is kind of the world all programs live in to some degree. It's just a matter of what degree and how it's managed. Is now guys are promised stuff, and people that are paying them are expecting things. And there are people that paid Caden Salter a certain amount. There are people that paid Juju a certain amount. And you're trying to keep everybody happy. And when you're trying to balance all of that, I think if Dion is truly acting in the best interest of the player and the young man that comes in at age 17, you have to keep maintaining the red shirt in the back of your mind as what is truly best. If I'm keeping promises to 5 different people, how much do I value the promise to the player to do what's best for him? And if he's 17 when the season starts, what's best for him is probably maintaining a redshirt year.
Well, and it turns out they're not doing it, though.
Yeah, because they blew it in the second half of a blowout.
It just flies in the face of logic. It doesn't make sense to me. I guess it doesn't have to make sense. Playing the politic game behind the scene, that is a huge deal for sure. But at what cost? At the cost of the players and the team? When I saw that kid, he's like dropping it into a bucket to Amarion Miller down the left sideline, and I'm like, what's happening here?
Where's this been?
And so, yeah, it doesn't add up to me, but a lot of the stuff with Dion doesn't add up to me. The Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets. Chad, while you're here, I'm having fun watching this basketball team in a way that was missing in huge swaths a year ago. And we started to bring this up last week when they went to 4-0. Protecting home court. Protecting home court. They lost 7 games at home the championship season. Last year, they lose 15. They lost 2 more games on the road than they did at home. It feels like, I'll say this. How many times, Phil, last year did we come in and I would say that was an unprofessional effort?
All the time, it seemed like.
Yeah, they're regaining their professionalism. I think on and off the court, culturally, off the court, on the court, culturally as well. Are you seeing some of these same things?
Yeah, and I've messaged one of our mutual ball-knowing friends a few times of just how much I find myself smiling watching them play. And, I mean, guys, between the Broncos, the Nuggets, and the Avalanche, they're 15-0-2 at home.
Yeah.
And in today's day and age, when people are trying to burn the candle at both ends and, do everything they can to get by, and you're paying and investing in tickets and going to games, they're giving you your money's worth for the home season. But, yeah, so far, so good, and it will be single-digit home losses for the Nuggets. And that, in my mind, is one of the true indicators that makes you a contender.
Yeah, as long as the health is there, I co-sign that. Not just beating these teams at home, pounding them, outscoring their opponents in the 6 wins by 114 points.
Taking them to Pound Town.
19 points per game. There's no doubt about it. Pound Town, USA is Denver, Colorado right now, especially on the hardwood. And the Avs, one of 2 teams in the NHL to still not have a regulation loss at home. And then the Broncos, not only 5-0 at home, but longest win streak in the NFL going back to last year, 10 straight at a mile high.
Hey, life's good.
Really fun right now. And we're going to have more fun tomorrow starting at 2 o'clock. We step aside for now. It's Denver Sports Tonight coming up next.
The Fan Flyaway is back. Presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel, tickets, and $500 in spending money all included. First, head to thefanflyaway.com to register. Then tune in every hour to see if your name is called. If you hear your name, you have 10 minutes to call us back and be entered into the grand prize drawing. It's time for me to fly. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo.